that.
Social for 11 minutes. The country thinks I'm dead.
It's Melania is always right. One word, no spaces. I said it myself.
That's the longest password in history and the most accurate. Very unfair combination.
You remembered it faster than our anniversary. Interesting.
Melania, what's the Wi-Fi password? I've been off Truth Social for 11 minutes. The country thinks I'm dead.
It's Melania is always right. One word, no spaces. I said it myself.
That's the longest password in history and the most accurate. Very unfair combination.
You remembered it faster than our anniversary.
Emperor Trump, welcome to Beijing. The robe suits you. Very powerful. Now about Taiwan.
Love the robes. Tremendous silk. The dragon on the chest. Very on brand. I might keep this. Anyway, no.
I didn't finish my...
You were going to say Taiwan. You always say Taiwan. Every call, every meeting, every dinner. Taiwan, Taiwan, Taiwan. You sound like a GPS that's stuck, G. Very repetitive.
Taiwan belongs to China. It has always belonged to China. I have maps, ancient maps.
I have aircraft carriers, modern ones. They float, they move, and they don't need a map. Very advanced technology. You should look into it.
What if I take just half of Taiwan?
What if I put tariffs on the other half of your economy?
You are wearing our robes and drinking our tea and still saying no?
I look better in your robes than you do. I'm drinking your tea, even though my people replaced it with Diet Coke, and I'm still in charge. Now, pour me another cup and let's talk about something else. Taiwan is off the menu permanently, like your social credit score, if you keep asking.
Emperor Trump.
I am Anthony Taylor. I'm a writer. I am the author of The Art of George Wilson, The Future Was Fab, The Art of Mike Trim. I'm also the author of Arctic Adventure, a Thunderbirds novel, several other things. I've been working in animation and entertainment writing for about 30 years. And if I had a tip to offer young writers or people just starting out, it would be don't listen to the people who say write what you know. Go out and find something that fascinates you and ignites a passion in you and write about that instead. Writing about something you know is not a journey to discovery, and writing should always be a journey to discovery.
You will not believe what happens here. Watch.
What you're about to see has never been captured on film before.
My cardiologist's daughter married an Amish.
Okay, now who in the hell is driving like this? Those are some great clips, a lot of funny clips in there, a lot of fun stuff going on there. Welcome to the chat, everyone. I hope y'all are enjoying today. New banner up there for everybody to take a look at. And well, we're constantly playing with banners. I like this one, but for different things. But anyway, welcome to the chat. Sean is off tonight. He has a probing episode, so he needs to take the night off when he has those. I don't ask him about the probing episode. You'll have to ask him yourself. It has nothing to do with me. Jay, last time I talked to him, he was finishing up on something else. Well, he stays up with us pretty late. He was up with me until I think 2:30 his time. It was at least 1:30 my time, which is 2:30 his time. And then he gets up and they think I think they're Dungeons and Dragons or something they're playing. He told me my brain's just fried, and so sometimes they run late. Oh, you always got my sexy butt here, even though you can't see me at the moment. Yes, I know, huh? But anyway, welcome to the chat. I hope everybody's having a happy Saturday, a good Saturday, a fun Saturday, a beautiful Saturday. Let me slap you in your effing face kind of Saturday. Yeah, what? I'm too sexy for radio. Well, anybody's too sexy for radio because they can't see you. Look at Howard Stern. Everybody's like, oh, Howard's got a great voice. Howard. The first time somebody seen him in cam, they were like, oh my God, he is fucking fugly. He wasn't just ugly, he was fugly. Yeah, like you know what a pug's ass looks like? Fugly, yeah. Pugly, yeah. There you go, you got it. But anyway, welcome to the show. Talk about a lot of topics tonight. I got some food porn. Want to talk about some different dishes. A friend of mine sent me a really beautiful pizza. And then what's funny about that is Amelia sent me one shortly after that, which we'll probably post them later. Well, I like a good pepperoni pizza, but I like the pepperonis with some crisp to them. I'm not a big soggy pepperoni fan. I like a little crisp to them. How'd you like the Millennia clip? Millennia is always right. That's the password. Yes. I love them, the Baby News Network. That shit is funny as hell. You hardly ever see him do any about Obama. Actually, I remember something about Michelle Obama, and then I only ever seen the one. I guess maybe she's too touchy. She gets too upset about it. Well, I mean, they can be a little offensive. They're not racist, but offensive, yeah. Nah, there's no racism going on in there. Racism in today's society is more about a word than it is an action. Yeah, well, because people try to get you to feel guilty or want to do more or try to change because of race. I don't know any racist people, black or white, or any sex. I'm sorry, any race for that matter. Well, because it always gets grouped down to black and white, and there's Hispanics. There's a couple other things mixed in there, Native Americans, other types of Indians. It's a little more than just black or white, but well, in the United States it gets grouped that, and I don't even know why. Other than the media and the Democrats want to use it. Well, it's like Akeem Jeffries today. I'm listening to him screaming about, it's the KKK is back and this is back, and he said something else was back. All three of which were the Democrats. And he said the Confederacy is alive and well. Well, you fucking dumbass, Jeffries, but the Democrats were the Confederacy. Jim Crow was the Confederacy. Well, I'm sorry, it was the Democrats. Yes. Oh, yes. The Democrats were the plantation owners. They were the slave owners. They were the ones that voted against freeing the slaves. They were the ones that started Jim Crow and the KKK. And they voted against every legislature to free the slaves. And when they did get power back, they took away reparations from them. Yeah, because there was reparations. It was 40 acres, a mule, clothes, tools, and seeds. Yeah. In today's society, that would be $300,000 or $400,000. Yeah. 40 acres in Virginia or DC or Maryland today is worth a lot of money. Oh, yeah. Even in West Virginia, it's still a chunk of money. And then a mule today would be equivalent to a tractor. So that's about 30,000 right there. So, yeah, the reparations was probably around 400,000 if you brought it in today's commodities. But that was all on the Dems. They're the ones that voted against it. And that's why when Hakeem was ranting and raving about the Confederacy, and now today I was thinking, Akeem, you are the Confederacy, dude. The Democrats were the Confederacy.
Yes,
You know,
they were.
Hey, Jay, you need to be called out on this every time because people keep letting them get away with it. Look, I ask my black friends all the time, why would you vote for a Democrat? They are the most racist motherfuckers on the planet. I mean, by far. I mean, actions always speak louder than words. Look at their actions for the last 200 years. I mean, you can't get any more anti-black. And if that's not enough, look at their centers of power, their blue cities, the social cities, the ghettos, where the majority of black live in the United States. Tell me that they've changed in the last 30, 40 years. They haven't.
No. Yes, they have.
Gotten worse,
They have. They've gotten worse and more powerful, yes.
So,
wrong or right, they have. I
yeah.
mean, that's the gist of it.
So I don't know. If I was black, I would never vote for a Democrat ever. And then
I would never, and I would never.
I would just not vote for a Democrat.
I did vote for Clinton.
Hey,
I have to admit.
I voted for Clinton both times.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, both times. Same here.
Even after he got his wikied. No, Jack, I voted for Obama.
Wasn't that in the second administration though? Anyway,
yeah, it was in his second. It was in his second. Yeah. No, I voted for Obama in his first term. I didn't vote for him in his second term, but I did vote for him for his first term.
Yeah, I did not vote for Obama anytime.
I voted for George Bush first time, not second time. I didn't vote for George Bush's daddy at all. I voted for Reagan both times. And I voted for Clinton both times.
I voted for both Reagans. I think I missed one of Bush's. And then both of Bush Jr.'s, both of Clinton's, neither of Obama's.
Actually,
neither, yeah.
Why I didn't vote for Obama? Is that what you were asking? Why I didn't vote for him the second time? Because after I seen what happened with, once I realized he had no idea what he was doing. He was only a junior senator. He had never really served before. He was a community organizer, and the party fucked him. He was the slap boy.
Well, but also he and Michelle had to surrender their licenses to practice law in the state of Illinois, pending potential ethics committee investigation. So they willingly, both of them, surrendered their licenses to practice law anymore. So they weren't even lawyers, and if they weren't even good of them because they were, I mean, they didn't go through anything because they surrendered their law licenses before they were taken up on ethics charges. But they were clearly not good lawyers either.
Jimmy, Obama was just basically a community organizer. That's what he did. He organized community movements and stuff like that.
Apparently he wasn't even really good at that either, was he?
He was. He had only made, I think, a couple of votes or 2 votes or something as a junior senator, and it wasn't his fault.
Which he didn't attend. He attended no votes.
And so the thing about it is he had good ideas. He just didn't know how to implement them, and his party screwed him. So when you heard Nancy Pelosi, that was like just floored me when I heard Nancy get up there and go, well, pass the bill,
Just sign it before you read it. Yeah,
and then read it afterwards. She goes, pass the bill and then read it afterwards.
What a loser.
Okay, first off, nobody's reading 5,000 pages after the fucking fact. It's just not going to happen.
Why bother? Why bother? You've already signed it in. Why do you need to read it?
I mean, there was so much bullshit with that. And then we found out you couldn't keep your doctors, you couldn't keep your insurance. Most of it was just catastrophic coverage, meaning that the deductible was $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000.
I didn't have a business, but my friend did. He had a small business, and that business has since broken up because of this. But prior to that, my friend's company was, I think, 35 employees altogether. Then they made licensed, very, very cool prop replicas from various sci-fi movies and fantasy movies. And some of the props that they did, they built some things for the Ancient Aliens show. So I think he knows who he is, but I'm not going to reveal. I don't want them to get in any trouble. But anyway, before the Obamacare Act, his all of his employees, he paid their health insurance. They all were paying, I think, out of their before tax wages. He was taking $35 out of each of their pre-tax, $35 a month. That's cheap. After the Obamacare, they were paying $135 each a month, and their benefits went down, and their all the numbers went up. So instead of paying a $20 copay, it's $40. Instead of paying $10 for a prescription, it's now $20. So everything doubled in price and everything, and then eventually the company folded up because they could not afford the new Affordable Care Healthcare Act. Fuck you, Obama. Pardon my French.
Yeah. Well, Jesse, to be honest with you, it's not. See, people get confused with what rights you have as an employee. Companies aren't required to give you insurance. There's no law that says they have to give you insurance. Matter of fact, there's not any laws that say they have to give you vacation time. The only laws there really is that you can only work them X amount of long on a shift without a break.
2 hours for each break. That's on the clock. For every 4 hours, you must at least break for a half an hour. And every 2 hours, you can break for 15 or 20, usually on the clock. But if you work more than 4 hours, you have to clock out for at least a half an hour. So if you work 6 or 8 hours, you have to at some point clock out for half an hour for a lunch minimum. Most places give you 30 minutes for lunch minimum. Some places give you a choice of either 30 or an hour. Some places only give you one choice of 45 minutes.
Yeah, well, I like an hour lunch. So I like my lunch.
I do too. Where I work, they only give us a half an hour. We have no choice on that.
Yeah, because they don't want you leaving. That's why.
Yeah, well, we have to walk through security anyways to go in and out of the building.
Yeah, well, that always sucks.
I mean, we get wanded with a magnetic, wand on the way in out of the building every day, or break, and if we're leaving for the day, regardless.
Yeah. Want to make sure you're not going to go blow nobody up, man.
No, make sure they weren't stealing anything from inside.
Doomsday Jay makes bombs, guys. That's what he does for a living. He makes bombs. Don't tell Sean.
Oh.
Sean don't know. Don't tell Sean.
Wait, let me show. The audience hasn't seen it. Since we have the configuration up in this fashion, there he is. That's me visiting Iran amidst ineffective AAA fire.
Yes. He stood in line to vote for Clinton. See that right there, that would have turned me off.
Yeah, I've never stood in line more than like 10 minutes to do any kind of voting.
I know.
And I live in pretty populated areas too, by the way.
Yeah, I have too, but I'm not standing in line. They just need to open up more voting booths. They definitely need to open up. Hey, Michael. What's that, Jeffrey? No, I mean, you mean the baby Trump thing? That shit's hilariously funny. Yes,
it is. Yeah, I just flipped onto their page to see what they have brand new.
Well, I just played him and Melania's password. He was asking her for the password for True Social.
Oh.
And then wait, we got to play this one again. Hold on, because he didn't see this one. Hold on, let me go back and find this. Am I on the screen in there? No, I'm not. Hold on, I put myself on the screen.
There, okay.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back and find this. Where was I on this page?
Mike. What you about to say?
Come on.
Emperor Trump, welcome to Beijing, the robe suit, very powerful. Now about Taiwan.
Love the robes. Tremendous silk. The dragon on the chest, very on brand. I might keep this. Anyway, no.
I didn't finish my...
You were going to say Taiwan. You always say Taiwan. Every call, every meeting, every dinner. Taiwan, Taiwan, Taiwan. You sound like a GPS that's stuck, G. Very repetitive.
Who do they got doing these
Taiwan
voices, though?
belongs
Because that
to
Trump
China.
is like spot on.
It has always belonged to China. I have maps, ancient maps.
I have aircraft carriers, modern ones. They float, they move, and they don't need a map. Very advanced technology. You should look into it.
What if I take just half of Taiwan?
What if I put tariffs on the other half of your economy?
You are wearing our robes and drinking our tea and still saying no?
I look better in your robes than you do. I'm drinking your tea, even though my people replaced it with Diet Coke, and I'm still in charge. Now, pour me another cup and let's talk about something else. Taiwan is off the menu permanently, like your social credit score, if you keep asking.
Emperor Trump.
See, this
Welcome to Beijing.
is the one I played
Melania, what's
earlier.
the Wi-Fi password? I've been off Truth Social for 11 minutes. The country thinks I'm dead.
It's Melania is always right. One word, no spaces. I said it myself.
That's the longest password in history and the most accurate. Very unfair combination.
You remembered it faster than our anniversary. Interesting.
Melania, what's the Wi-Fi password?
Interesting. Anyway, there's lots of them on that page. We had played this earlier. I wanted Jay to hear him.
Look at that party pig.
Oh yeah, that was up from the earlier show today. What do you mean? No, you can't see my face till my face grows back. Okay, that sounded weird, but still.
Yeah.
It's classified. My hairless face. I'm serious. My hairless face is classified. I don't make the rules. That's because when they need me to do something, they shave everything. And oh, did y'all see the new ghost mask? These things are fucking great. So
No,
Yeah.
what? Huh?
So
Yeah.
they got these masks of somebody's face, and you put a black hoodie on, and then you put the mask on, and then you put the black hoodie on, and you just pull the mask back a little bit. It's just a screening, like a t-shirt screening, but when you do it right, it looks like somebody else's face, man. It is creepy, freaky, weird shit.
Wow.
And that's not even the new ones. I was watching the guy who works with the CIA making masks. You don't know who the fuck is real. There is no fucking way to know who the fuck is real anymore. I mean, some of these things are. I watch them put them on people, and you're like, wow, that I've turned girls into guys, guys into girls.
3D head full face. Oh, that's Timu. That's why. Okay.
Don't be fucking.
Yeah,
around
they're
with
on Timu. I see what you
man.
mean, though. Yeah. Let's see what they have. Oh, look at that. This is Amazon. It's different. Mm. And there we go. That looks similar. Okay. Yeah. All right. I see. This is Amazon. It's a similar idea. Probably not exactly what you
Yeah, no, but these are cool. I mean,
referencing.
if you're
but
right
here
up
we go.
on it, if you're right up on it, it's hard to tell. But if you're not, man, you
So-
can't tell.
Right.
It's
I mean,
cool.
that's Leonardo. That's what's his face. Who's that? I don't know.
Guy be going, why your face is black and your hands is white? What's up, man?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can put on gloves.
Oh, I don't know.
Customized. Change sex. It's an easy way to do a sex change. There's Nicolas Cage. And it's in page 2. Oh, look at that. I don't know some of these faces. Oh, Rowan Atkinson. Oh, he's a dick. He's a dick too, I think.
I mean, Kanye, man.
Yeah, I don't like him at all. He's a dick. There's an idiot. Who's that? I don't know. Page 3.
Now I got so many, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, these things are
It's
crazy.
it's like a silk screen thing that you put on your face and you look.
It
you wear
is,
glasses on it.
and no, but if you've got a hoodie on,
Yeah,
like
there he
over
is.
it's pretty damn good. It's creepy weird, actually.
Yeah.
Oh no, people, these are just playtime shit. The real shit, they got these new masks, these latex, they just suck to your face, and then
Oh well, yeah. Hold on. You want to talk about that? Let's go back one page, and then over here. Oh, there's some Spider-Man mask, but this is what you're talking about.
yeah,
right.
they're kind of like those, yeah, a little more advanced, but it's
Yeah, this one you probably need to put like a glue around the eyes so that it. Let's see what the video does. That's pretty creepy.
yeah, but you can
I
tell
might
it's-
fall for that, and I'm pretty good at identifying special effects makeup. I might fall for that. I like the spider hoods though; those are cool. Anyway,
some special eye glasses and your spider glasses.
mm-hmm.
Hey, Kara, how you doing? Oh, there's our hypersonic technology vehicle again.
HVT2 hypersonic vehicle
Shape-
technology number 2.
Shaped like a teardrop on here too.
Spawned from the Aurora space plane
Yeah.
project in the 70s. Hey, Kara. Very cool device.
Aurora's supposed to be on Mars, Jack. Yeah, that's why everybody's like, "Well, Elon's going to Mars. Elon's going to get there and find the
Well,
Aurora project."
So Aurora was like the big buzz in the 80s, if I recall the history of it correctly. And then the rumor back then, when I was researching in the 80s, that the CIA had already launched several of the Auroras and were already from the moon launching missions to the Mars.
Well, so the original group I talked to about this said they had built the Auroras and they had sent a couple to the moon, they had sent a couple to Mars. But the problem with the Aurora is it was way bigger than it was intended to be.
Well, it carries cargo was the main intent. Was
Well,
to bring
it carries
to the
cargo,
moon, right?
but it's for the engines to work the way they needed it. The ship had to be bigger than what it needed to be, than they wanted it to be. So anyway, that's when the original TR3 came out. That was an upgrade, or not an upgrade. It was an attempt to make the other plane more efficient. It didn't work though, not the way they wanted it to. It was great for like
Several platforms are launched off of
Yeah.
the Aurora.
so it was great for like fast skips to Mars and get you there in like 4 days. So you
4
know, they
hours
had,
to the moon.
you know, so they had that, but it wasn't really designed to carry a lot of people or a lot of weight. It is some type of everybody says it's a gravitational drive. It's like a lensing effect. It grabs it and it pulls itself towards it, and as it approaches it, it pushes itself away from it, which is basically a magnetic drive, but it's using gravity instead of
It's similar to the
magnetic
way
field.
Bob Lazar described it, where the what do you call them? The gravity generators focus in front of the vehicle and cause the gravity in front of the vehicle to become heavier, while the third bottle puts a bubble around the ship, making it lighter, so it is drawn forward, like a marble on a taut piece of neoprene that you stretch in one direction, the ball follows that direction.
Yeah, this the way they describe it sounds more like a rubber band, like
Yes.
like it attaches itself, it sends out something ahead of itself, and then it pulls itself along. It grabs whatever the gravitational distortion it is, wherever it's getting its gravity from. It's latching on to something, but as it approaches it and starts to pass it, it uses that same gravity to increase its speed by pushing. So the entire time it's pulling, it's doubling its speed as it's pulling itself forward, and as it starts to push as it goes by, it's doubling its speed again. Now, what kind of
Yeah,
speeds are we
cheating,
talking about? I have no idea.
It's
Faster than
probably
light for
close to,
sure.
if not maybe approaching or passing the speed of light, but
I'm thinking
it's essentially a way of cheating, I think, getting about faster than light.
I'm thinking maybe twice the speed of light. If they're extremely lucky, maybe 3 times.
It has to be, you know, I would give it a minimum, you know, maybe at least a minimum of speed of light, because gravity, we know, affects how light can travel through the galaxy and therefore by the universe. So if gravity affects light, then gravity can make light a light craft move faster or slower.
Well, but we also know that gravity itself, because as light mixes with the gravity on Jupiter, it's actually first thing it does is it starts to slow, and then as it approaches, it starts to pull, and it shoots it actually for a little while. It actually is going to. That's the first time they discovered something could go faster than the speed of light. Was measuring light itself passing Jupiter was actually traveling faster.
Well,
Because,
what is
was
it? The
going 100%
Coriolis effect, or they noticed it when it's how they noticed certain. That's how they noticed if there was a planets going around a sun, because as the satellites went on one side of the planet, it would draw it to the blue spectrum of light, and as it came to the other side, I forget what it is, either it's apogee or perigee, you know, near approach or far approach to their host star, but it blinks the light coming from that star either to the red or the blue spectrum, the high or the low end. That's how we're able to determine if there's planets. So, and what is that? The Coriolis effect, which I mean, that's one of the things that we can use for many other space observations. I think it's the Coriolis effect.
I don't remember at the moment. Jimmy, there's a lot of stuff we're finding out. And we keep finding more new shit that we don't know what it is. We just keep finding stuff. It's like last night when we were talking, I had some people write to me today. As a matter of fact, Ken Ross from NASA wrote to me today about when we were talking about those galaxies last night. He said the number's probably closer to 30 galaxies that the Milky Way is eating. He said there are remnants of galaxies, not just.
Who said that?
Ross. He works over at JPL. Actually, he works for NASA, but he's on loan to JPL. He said it's probably closer to 30, 36, maybe 40 eaten. And he said they're not all small red dwarfs. He said some of them were bigger galaxies, half the size of ours and stuff. He said the Milky Way's just been trunking its way through space for 12 billion years, eating galaxies. He said, but it's not like not every other galaxy's not doing the same damn thing. I always want to call him Jerome Ross, but that's not actually his name. No. I can't.
Is he in charge of the JPL, or is he just on loan to them as like a consultant?
He's
the Chinese have a similar device called the DFZF. Is another similar HVT device.
He's
Russia has one. Boeing has one.
He's a specialist in out of the normal things. Yeah. Don't ask me, Jack. First time he told me that, I was like, what the fuck, out of the normal? What the fuck is that? He said, what do you think it is, Joe? No, I mean, a lot of these guys found me when I got into ICAR. We first found that ICAR. We had a lot of people in the government come forward. A lot. A lot of them are still members even today. Some of them are still directors. But because they wanted the place to put information for the future. Yeah.
Did you want to throw this Bill Maher thingy up?
Yeah, what's on it? Let's see what it is. I don't even know what it is. Let's see.
You have it up on your presenting page.
Most of our lives here in America are not. How we live right now, in the year we're actually living in the country we're actually living in, doesn't warrant condoning. Gen Z lives are not that bad. Most of our lives here in America are not. How we live right now, in the year we're actually living in the country we're actually living in, doesn't warrant condoning political violence. I can see it if you live under a truly oppressive regime, communism, fascism, Catholicism. But that's not where we are now. You're not storming the beaches at Normandy. You're not standing in bread lines. You know, just like our no kings we had here, the protests, they also had them in Iran. But over there, the protesters got shot in the street. And yes, ICE did that too, twice. The Iranian thugs did it 30,000 times. Have some perspective. Stop blaming America for all your ups. What this is really about for today's young assassins is when life lets you down and doesn't properly reward you for being the awesome person you're sure you are. There's one big save left. Convince yourself you were meant for a cause bigger than yourself. And for Cole Thomas Allen, it was, I'm fighting Hitler. If Trump is Hitler, then you're Tom Cruise in Valkyrie. Gen Z lives are not that bad. Most of our lives here in America.
Did you hear that? Ooh, ouch! Ouch! Shit.
Yeah, good.
Oh, you kick super.
Nice.
Go, Chucky. I gotta watch it again now.
And then he beats up, what's his name? Hey, you guys. What movie is this one?
Oh no. That was on.
Terminator. Lost Ark. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I guess that's supposed to be Lois Lane.
Chucky, Chuck Norris is the law. That's what it said. Grandpa's the granddaughter.
No, read that right, people.
This dude crack.
That's interesting.
That was Jody that day, yeah, boy.
That's cool.
Oh, Lord, no more drugs for them.
Yeah,
buddy. All right, you guys know this song?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, well, then you can help us sing along to this one.
I was thinking about picking up the banjo. Oh, what?
These are my people, and this is my land. This is what we prayed for, and this is God's plan.
Have you seen it, Jeremy? Pull it up because it's fun to watch.
President Obama is not our first black president. Can you explain to people what you were talking about?
Yeah, you know, people are saying Obama's the first black president, and he's not. He's the first mixed race president. Obama thinks that everybody seems to forget that he had a mama and she was white.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Jeremy? Pull it up because it's fun to watch.
President Obama is not our first black president. Can you explain to people what you were talking about?
Yeah, you know, people are saying Obama's the first black president, and he's not. He's the first mixed race president. Obama thinks that everybody seems to forget that he had a mama and she was white.
Yeah.
She was white.
I get told a lot I don't look like a Navy SEAL, but that's because no one really knows what a Navy SEAL looks like. The reason I got through it is because 99% of us, we're just people that just get it. Positive attitude. Wake up in the morning, be positive. You know, wake up, make your bed, do your thing on time. I had an instructor at SEAL training tell me this course is, regardless of what you've been told, this course is not impossible. People graduate. Look at me. I'm living proof. So I'm never going to ask you to do anything impossible, but I will make you do something very hard, followed by something very hard, followed by something very hard, day after day after day for 8 straight months. And that sounds like a lot to get from now to 8 months from now, but don't think about it that way. That's not how you achieve.
That's cool.
My wife said, "Don't tell any toilet jokes on the."
You still remember the
Don't
earthquake
tell any
story, huh?
toilet jokes on the Johnny Carson show. And the guy came out. One of the cops came over. And he
Yeah.
just told me a toilet joke.
Don't do it.
I'm going to try and tell it. See if I clean it up a little.
All right.
3 old guys sitting around convalescent home. One guy says, "If I could just do number one." I mean, if I could do like a strong number one, like, you know, not in dribs and drabs. The second guy says, "If I could do a good number two, I mean, a solid one, you know, if the squeeze and it comes out, you know, it's terrible." Third guy says, "I do wonderful number one, like torrential rains in Pango Pango." like the Mississippi River. He says that's at 7:30 every morning. And 7:35 in the morning, I have a wonderful number 2. He says, like Mount St. Helens. He says, is erupting. That's at 7:35 in the morning. So the other guy says, so what are you complaining about? He says, well, I don't get out of bed till 9.
Say, look here, Pop. I knew it was coming. I knew what kind of look here, Pop, that was. Fitting to ask me for some money. It's Friday night. It's my payday. All them rogues down on the avenue, the ones that ain't in jail, and lines is hopping in the shoes to get down there with them.
See, Pop, if you gave somebody else a chance to talk sometime, you see I was fixing to pay you back your $10 like I told you. Yeah. I told you I'd pay you when Bonnie got paid.
No, you keep that $10. Put it in the bank. Next time you feel like you want to come by here and ask me for something, you go down there and get that.
Here go your
Number 1, peak shelter built on cliffs, unreachable to zombies. Number 2, island shelter, water blocks zombies and provides seafood, though isolation limits escape and resupply. Number 3, villa shelter, far from cities, safe and comfortable, but its visibility can attract attention. Number 4, underground shelter, hidden below ground with full isolation, yet heavily dependent on internal systems. Number 5, billboard shelter, elevated and affordable, widely available, but small and exposed to weather. In this game, you can upgrade your bed.
Yesterday was Israel's birthday. Having become a nation on May 14th, 78 years ago, everyone must either wish her a happy birthday or admit they're anti-Semitic. Now, it's everyone's right in a free country to be anti-Semitic, but enough with hiding behind Israel or Zionism or Netanyahu. If you think, as so many do now, that when it comes to human rights, Israel is the monster country of all time, you either don't read or you don't care about your own hypocrisy, because there are so many worse places. No Jews, no news. But China, Russia, the Sudan, Iran, Myanmar, Haiti, the Congo, North Korea, all way worse. And that's how you know it's anti-Semitism. It's the inconsistency. People talk about Jews these days like something out of Stormfront, except it's not Stormfront. It's an editor from the American Prospect, which is a venerable liberal publication that launched the careers of journalists like Ezra Klein. And yet no one blinks when one of their editors says, Israel is a brainwashed psychopathic death cult that might need to be nuked to save the human race. Yesterday was Israel's birthday.
But he does pose a good question, man.
Are you not entertained? Are you not?
Bits.
Right now, 25 billion kilometers from Earth, a 47-year-old computer with less memory than the chip inside your microwave is still talking to us. It runs at 8,000 instructions per second. Your phone runs at 3 billion. And yet, every few weeks, NASA engineers reach across interstellar space and rewrite its code. How is this even possible? The answer isn't in the spacecraft, it's in the ground. Buried in 3 remote corners of the planet, California, Spain, Australia, sit colossal 70-meter dish antennas, always listening, always pointed at the dark. This is the Deep Space Network. It transmits with 400 kilowatts of raw power. But the real magic isn't what it sends, it's what it can hear. These dishes detect signals as faint as 10 to the negative 21 watts, a billionth of a billionth of a watt. Voyager's transmitter, just 22 watts, about as bright as the bulb in your refrigerator. By the time that signal crawls home, it has spread across light years, decayed into a whisper. And still, We pull data from it. On board, the spacecraft is brutally primitive. 70 kilobytes of memory, total. Weaker than a calculator from 1985. But that's the genius. The chips are radiation-hardened, deterministic, predictable. Every bit is wrapped in Reed-Solomon and convolutional error-correcting codes. So, when a cosmic ray flips a bit in deep space, the spacecraft heals itself. Data trickles home at 160 bits per second, not megabits, bits. A single image takes days to download. Now here's the part that sounds impossible. Engineers on Earth write a software patch. They test it on an exact ground replica. They break the code into tiny packets. They transmit. Then they wait. 22 hours each way. In 2023, they patched attitude control software, written in the 1970s. Code older than most of the engineers maintaining it. This isn't raw computing power. This is discipline, redundancy, patience measured in decades. A 70 kilobyte machine, drifting in the dark, still answering when we call. That is engineering. Follow for more stories from the edge of what's possible.
In 1982, a truck driver strapped himself into a lawn chair, attached 42 helium balloons to it, and flew. He planned to reach 100 feet. He reached 16,000. Larry Walters had dreamed of flying since he was 13. The Air Force rejected him. Poor eyesight. So in 1982, he bought a lawn chair from Sears for $110. Attached 42 weather balloons filled with helium. He took his pellet gun, packed sandwiches, Coca-Cola, a pack of beer, and lifted off from his backyard in Los Angeles. The tether snapped before he was ready. He shot up 16,000 feet in minutes. Commercial airline pilots spotted him and radioed air traffic control. He dropped his pellet gun accidentally. It fell 16,000 feet. He shot out enough balloons to descend, tangled in power lines, and blacked out an entire neighborhood. The FAA tried to fine him. They couldn't revoke his pilot's license because he didn't have one. His lawn chair now sits in the National Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C.
Really?
When asked why he did it, he said, "A man can't just sit around." Follow for more strange but true event that actually...
It's not time to make a...
Hello.
People... People hearing...
Wow.
Okay, guys, I told myself I was never going to order a... Okay, guys, I told my...
I asked my friend's little girl what she wanted to be when she grows up. She said she wanted to be the President of the United States. Both of her parents, liberal Democrats, were standing there.
Please don't be Hillary Clinton.
So I asked her, if you were president, what would be the first thing you would do? Well, she replied, I'd give food and houses to all the homeless people. Her parents beamed. Wow, what a worthy goal, I told her. But you don't have to wait until you're president to do that. You see, you can come over to my house right now and you can mow the lawn, pull weeds, and sweep my driveway, and I'll pay you $50. Then I'll take you over to the grocery store where that homeless guy hangs out, and you can give him the $50 to use toward food and a new house. She thought that over for a few seconds. Then she looked me straight in the eye and asked, why doesn't the homeless guy come over and do the work and you can just pay him the $50? I said, welcome to the Republican Party. Her parents are still not speaking to me. They asked my friend's little girl what she wanted to be when she grows up. She said she wanted to be the president.
Instead of bringing
good
it back
story.
to Earth, they leave it in orbit and turn it into a space station. Here's the insane part. Starship's interior is already larger than the entire International Space Station, which took 13 years and $150 billion to build.
That's what they
One
want you to
launch.
believe.
And you already have a bigger station than anything humanity has ever put in space. Then robots convert it, solar panels deploy, docking ports attach, life support goes online, and inside multiple decks, private crew quarters, research labs, a communal space, and at the very top, a panoramic window looking straight down at Earth. 20 people could live
he's
there,
already building
comfortably.
ships bigger.
More space than any
what we already
astronaut
got
has
on the
ever
space
had in
station.
orbit.
He just
Well, I mean,
crashed
that's
And it
kind
could
of the
happen
gist
in
of
a
this
single
idea
launch.
here, yeah.
The
But he's
ISS took
crashing
40
into the
rockets in
ocean and
13
shit.
years.
He's not even taking him serious.
Starship does it alone. In one day. We don't need to build the next space station piece by piece anymore. The rocket is the space station.
Yep.
Follow for more space facts that will break your brain.
Send it up.
Instead of bringing it back to
Well, I mean,
Earth,
but
they
that-
leave
but
it in orbit
That's nothing new.
and turn it
The
into a
same-
space
the same
station.
concept
Here's the
was
insane
brought
part.
forth by, Von
Starship's
Braun in the
interior is
60s,
already larger than the
but you
entire
use
International Space Station,
the
which took
Saturn
13
V rocket
years and
body on the
$150
ground on the
billion
moon
to
as the,
build. One
moon
launch.
station.
And you already have a bigger station than anything humanity has ever put in space. Then robots convert it, solar panels deploy.
I'm just gonna say it. Older men are in a completely different league right now, and their secret is Blue Chew Gold.
This is one of the most amazing Trump stories ever.
President Trump wants to come to your church. I'm like, yeah, right. What are you talking about? Yeah, okay, come on. So they sent over an agreement. I don't even read it. I sign it because I'm thinking it's a joke. You know, I signed a little venue agreement. On a Monday, he comes. His team comes.
Well,
Half of the people look like me. I'm thinking these kids, they're with Trump? What? We're in the hood. I mean, you got to think about it. I mean, look, you have the hood, and then you have the hood. You understand what I'm saying? In our community, like, you don't stop for gas. It's just terrible.
And the Holy Ghost right in the middle of all that.
Right in the middle of it, in the midst of darkness, there shines a great light.
Yes.
I mean, I'm in Detroit. It's a Democratic stronghold. We haven't
Scary
had a
place,
Republican mayor in 60 years. I don't think a Republican has come to Detroit since President Trump. Friday, the campaign says, by the way, Pastor, we want you to be a part of a roundtable. I don't even know what they're doing. Nothing was pre-programmed. Nothing was planned. He comes in, the most authentic person. Because in my community, when older white men get around black people from my community, because it's so polarized, not like the South, where blacks and whites have been working together, President Trump, he wanted to be around black people, and black people, they could tell, they know that he wasn't socially awkward. Then he says, will you pray for me? People were yelling his name. So I'm a preacher. I'm in my church. I'm sitting there. They're chanting Trump. I said, hold on for a second, guys. We don't even chant Jesus like that. we gotta be careful around here. They're chanting his name. They literally sang happy birthday to him. It was unreal. I thought
That's unreal.
Zoran Mamdani. What a name. Sounds like the guy who sells bootleg Yankees caps outside the stadium. You said you humiliated me in front of the whole world. You solved New York
When?
City's $12 billion deficit.
That's right, Donald. I'm the leader who actually kills deficits, not triples or quadruples them like some people I won't name.
Kid, you resolved the $12 billion debt for the city of New York by borrowing $12 billion from the state of New York. You didn't solve the deficit. You just increased your debt. It would be like saying you paid off your car because you borrowed the money from your parents.
It's fiscal leadership. This is creative problem solving, Donald.
Creative? This is what happens when a socialist tries to do math with feelings and a participation trophy. It's the dumbest accounting trick since your socialist buddies tried to pay the rent with good vibes and reusable straws. You didn't solve the deficit. You just told Mommy State, don't worry, I'll pay you back with interest, maybe in 2078. If the revolution happens,
the working people of this city support what I did.
New Yorkers, this guy didn't kill the deficit. He just moved it to his parents' basement and called it a win. Sad. Very, very sad. Zoran Mamdani. What an
This is why blocking spam calls never stops them.
They must
Only
be using some kind of
14%
AI
of eighth
voice
graders are
generator,
proficient
because
in
some of those
history
voices
now,
are
and only
pretty damn
22% in civics, which may be why 4 in 10 Gen Zers say the authors of the Constitution are best described as villains. It's amazing. Since 1776, James Monroe was 18, Alexander Hamilton was 21, and James Madison 25. Joe Biden was only 30. America's founders, they were the Gen Z of their day. And when they were your age, they started a country. What have you done? The Constitution isn't perfect because it wasn't.
Now, they were also considered criminals, though, at least by the British government.
It's true.
It's a long journey to Mars. You're sending people. It's a 6 month. How many months will it take?
6 months. Yeah, 6 months roughly.
What about stuff that's out there? Like, how much of a fear is it of micrometeors or any of the possibilities? What can you do to mitigate that?
I think actually, I mean, space is very empty. Like once you get out of Earth orbit, space is like kind of unnervingly empty. It's just like when we send spacecraft to Mars, it's not like, oh, we lost the spacecraft because it got hit by a micrometeorite. That's not been the cause of any trips to Mars. No trips to Mars have failed because of micrometeorites. Now, a Dragon spacecraft, which operates in low Earth orbit, does have micrometeorite shields. It has shielding. And micrometeorite shielding is different from normal shielding because like you get hit by something that's moving at like you could have a relative velocity of like maybe 30 or 40,000 miles per hour. Yeah, so very, very fast.
Well, even if it's not moving and you're moving, 100,000 miles an hour, that's
10 to 20
times at a very strong
the velocity of a bullet from an assault rifle.
And what are you using?
Yeah, so well, it's interesting. You actually, in order for micrometeorite protection, if you have anything that's solid, it will just push that chunk of solid stuff right through. So if you had like a solid plate of aluminum or steel, the micrometeorite would go right through it. So what you actually need to do is have a gap. So you have an initial like hard surface, a hard metal surface that the micrometeorite hits. It then atomizes into a conical spray, like an atomic spray. So it's important to have that gap so that the micrometeorite can hit something, hit the first layer, atomize after hitting the first layer, then it turns into an atomic,
you can't just be giving away industry
cone of
secrets,
atoms
Steve. Come on now.
that then embed themselves in the second layer. You need like maybe a couple inches of gap.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, what is the fear of?
Stop what you're doing. I need you to listen to this. Marco Rubio yesterday, Secretary Rubio, was filling in for Caroline Leavitt at the daily press briefing. Folks, this may be
This guy's
the single
idea,
best
assistant
answer
director to FBI
about
was
the
too much,
profound, unparalleled greatness of America I've ever heard given off the cuff. Check this out.
My hope for America is what it's always been. I think it's the hope I hope we all share. We want it to continue to be the place where anyone from anywhere can achieve anything, where you're not limited by the circumstances of your birth, by the color of your skin, by your ethnicity, but frankly, it's a place where you are able to overcome challenges and achieve your full potential. I think that should be the goal of every country in the world, frankly. But I think in the U.S., we're not perfect. Our history is not one of perfection, but it's still better than anybody else's history. And ours is a story of perpetual improvement. Each generation has left the next generation of Americans freer, more prosperous, safer, and that is our goal as well. But it is a unique and exceptional country. And as we come upon this 250-year anniversary, I think we have a lot to learn and be proud of in our history. It is one of perpetual and continuous improvement, where each generation has done its part to bring us closer to fulfilling the vision that the founders of this country had upon its founding.
Is there anything this guy can't do? I told you, folks, the bench is...
He's next president of the United States.
Batter makes contact. A line drive to first. The runner tries to get back, but he's too late. Double play.
I don't think you ever go springy legs.
Who's actually doing this?
The AI.
Next, U.S. Air Force Pararescue. Job? Go get people out. Pilots, troops, civilians. Reach them, treat them, extract them.
So rescue, but where rescue shouldn't work.
That's the idea.
Useful. Next, combat controller. Meaning, control.
In 1952, the average American man's blood pressure at age 60 was 121/78. Today, it's 158/94. That's not aging. That's not genetics. That's not lifestyle. Something was taken from you. I spent 14 months.
Stuff happens here. Stuff happens when I travel. Stuff happened when I took a trip recently to Brazil. I went to Brazil for the World Cup, and that was amazing. It was an unreal experience.
History is brutal, and humans are not good people. History is sad and full of wrongs, but you can't make them unhappen because a paraglider isn't a time machine. People get moved, and yes, colonized. Nobody was a bigger colonizer than the Muslim army that swept out of the Arabian desert and took over much of the world in a single century. And they didn't do it by asking. There's a reason Saudi Arabia's flag is a sword. Kosovo was the cradle of Christian Serbia. Then it became Muslim. They fought a war about it in the 90s, but stopped. They didn't keep it going for 75 years. There were deals on the table to share the land called Palestine in 1947, 93, 95, 98, 2000, 2008. And East Jerusalem could have been the capital of a Palestinian state that today might look more like Dubai than Gaza. Arafat was offered 95% of the West Bank and said no. Palestinian people should know your leaders and the useful idiots on college campuses who are their allies are not doing you any favors by keeping alive the river to the sea myth. History is brutal, and humans are not good people. History is sad and full of...
If a man in his 50s took this orange shot...
Jimmy is nothing but a sick man who, after not receiving an invitation to the dinner, goes on to curse someone else's wife into becoming a widow. Last time on this lousy show, he mocked my age, my family, and my dignity. I warned him, don't cross that line. He didn't listen. I walked out on the spot. This time, he went even further. He made a joke about Melania, calling her a widow about to give birth. He calls that comedy? No, widow, that's disgusting. A man who uses another man's wife and jokes about death and violence, that's not humor. That's something deeply wrong. What's even more disgusting is that he aired it just 2 days before that dinner at the Washington Hilton. And what happened? Gunshots rang out. Law enforcement officers were hit. The president and the first lady had to be evacuated. Of course, he'll say that has nothing to do with me. I'm just a comedian. But he never was. He's just a coward hiding behind ABC, relying on the fact that the network will never fire him and feeling emboldened to curse other people's lives and dignity. Jimmy is nothing but a sick man who, after not receiving...
Mr. President, the national debt is like a catfish at the bottom of the bayou. You can't see it, you can't smell it, but it's down there getting fatter every day. And sooner or later, it's going to eat the boat.
John, I have no idea what that means, but it sounded incredible.
What I'm saying is we're spending money like a drunk crawfish farmer who just won the lottery and thinks it's going to last forever. It never lasts forever. Ask the crawfish.
I've never asked a crawfish anything, but I'm open to it.
And Congress ain't helping. Getting Congress to cut spending is like trying to teach an alligator table manners. You can put a napkin on him, but he's still going to bite your hand off.
That's very vivid and very violent. I like it.
And the Democrats' solution is to raise taxes. That's like setting your house on fire to stay warm. Sure, you'll feel something, but you ain't going to like the result.
John, I understood maybe 30% of what you just said, but every single word was a winner. You should do a TED Talk from a swamp in a boat. I'd actually invest in that.
Well, sir, that's just called a Tuesday in Louisiana. Mr. President, the national debt is like a catfish at the bottom of the bayou. You can't see it.
Is that Tuesday in Louisiana? Girl, you've been there.
The only 5 celebrities who never sold their souls to Hollywood. Number 5, Keanu Reeves. He has publicly stated that money doesn't matter to him. The only 5 celebrities who never sold their souls to Hollywood. Number 5, Keanu Reeves. He has publicly stated that money doesn't matter to him. He donated 80% of his The Matrix earnings to leukemia research and spends millions every year supporting spinal cord injury treatment. And then he just takes the subway like an ordinary person. No security, no showing off. Number 4, Christopher Reeve. A real Superman who never gave up, even in a wheelchair. Being completely paralyzed, he raised around $8 million a year to support disability rights. He walked onto the Oscar stage with such strength in his eyes that the entire audience was in tears. Number 3, Ryan Reynolds. He visits children in hospitals dressed as Deadpool. He makes fun of himself online and never pretends to be anyone other than a regular guy in a red suit. Number 1, Adam Sandler. A millionaire in an oversized $10 t-shirt. Zero ego, zero security. He can walk up to a stranger, start a conversation, and quietly pay for everyone's meal, like your friendly neighbor. The only 5 celebrities who never sold.
There's containers in the Container Store.
What?
There's containers in the.
If your husband's belly looks like this or like this.
What was your personal turning point that made you decide to walk away from the Democratic Party? Any one of you can feel free to answer.
So a lot of people know my story, so I'll make it very, very brief. As I said earlier, I voted for Obama twice, voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016. And the turning point for me, I literally was one of these people crying when Donald Trump got elected. I was shattered, devastated. And so in January of 2017, which was right around the time he was about to take office, I was like raging out constantly on social media. And I went on Facebook and I posted that I would never be able to understand how anyone could vote for a man who was capable of mocking a reporter's disability in front of a cheering crowd. And that is when one person who was a staunch Christian conservative, used to babysit me when I was a baby, sent me a video and she said, look, I'm not trying to start a fight with you. I'm just asking, have you seen this? And she sent me a link to a video entitled Debunking that Trump Mocked the Disabled Reporter. And this video showed very clearly and compellingly through a compilation of footage of Donald Trump doing that same voice and that same gesture as he did that day at his rally when he was accused of mocking a reporter's disability. And it showed very conclusively that this was a bit that Donald Trump has done for years, anytime he's imitating anybody because they're flailing or caught in a lie. And so what it showed me was that he was not making fun of the fact that that reporter was disabled. He was making fun of the fact that that reporter who happened to be disabled was caught in a lie. And it opened my eyes for the first time to go, oh my God, why did CNN and MSNBC?
Oh my God, where did you get that banner? It looks so cool.
I actually found it on Perfect House and ordered it right away when I.
Uh-oh. What?
Oh, yeah, that's a little pizza stuff.
What?
America practices strict capitalism for the country's poorest, yet open socialism for the country's wealthiest.
The very wealthiest benefit from socialist policies, and the very poorest are forced to just fend for themselves.
Strict capitalism.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
For every dollar that the poorest Americans pay in taxes, how much do they get back in government programs?
What's that number?
It's $6.17. For the highest earning quintile of Americans, for every dollar that they pay in taxes to the government, what do they get back in government programs?
What's the number?
11 cents.
They can afford it. They can afford it. You know, they're billionaires.
I didn't know Elon Musk needed Social Security checks.
I don't think he does. The claim was that the poorest are left to fend for themselves while the richest are getting all these nice handouts. And so my question then is, what is the effective income tax rate for the richest quintile of Americans? 31%. What is the effective tax rate for the poorest quintile?
Something in the 20s?
No, it's actually less than zero because they're net takers. So they effectively don't pay anything.
Well, it depends. It depends on a household.
It doesn't. It literally is just the bottom quintile versus the top quintile, which totally disproves your claim. So then I think you might ask, you bring up the corporations. This is a very good point, because there is corporate welfare in America. It's about $180 billion per year in corporate welfare paid out by the government.
Big news. Mint just launched Home.
So with respect, I think it's an interesting campaign strategy for Ron DeSantis to be bashing a state of 40 million Americans when California simply has no peers.
Well, that's a pretty slick way of not answering your question. He went on a binge of putting out a lot of left-wing platitudes. Here's what I would say. I talked to a lot of the people that have moved from California to Florida, and we never used to get people from California to Florida or really anywhere in the East Coast. Why would you leave California? It's got the best weather, great natural forces. Excuse me, sir. But one of the things that I did, I was talking to a gentleman, a couple.
Guys, I'm going to let the debate breathe.
but it's his turn. Let's take turns.
So I was talking to a fella who had made the move from California to Florida, and he was telling me that Florida is much better governed, safer, better budget, lower taxes, all this stuff. And he's really happy with the quality of life. And then he paused and he said, by the way, I'm Gavin Newsom's father-in-law. So we do count Gavin's in-laws as some of the people that have fled California and come to the state of Florida. And why are we getting people to come?
So with respect, I think it's an interesting campaign strategy.
Folks, my morning routine, 5 a.m., wake up, check Truth Social, very important first step. 5:01, post something, tremendous post, very early. 5:15, Diet Coke #1. 5:30, watch television, very educational. Only certain channels, very selective viewing. 6 a.m., advisor arrives. He said, "Sir, it is very early." I said, "Winners wake up early." He said, "Sir, you just posted 17 times since 5 a.m. I said, "That is called productivity." He said, "Sir, one post was just the word tremendous in capital letters." I said, "It needed to be said." He said, "Sir," I said, "Diet Coke #2, obviously." Folks, my morning routine, 5 a.m., wake up.
Can't get it up? Try this. This is Rouge It Ready. In 1967, a radio operator at an Arctic research station recorded a transmission. The voice was speaking Proto-Germanic, a language that has not been spoken in 1,500 years. The signal was traced to an uninhabited glacier valley. The Svalbard archipelago is as far north as humans can comfortably survive. In 1967, a Norwegian radio operator named Lars Torp was monitoring atmospheric interference at a geophysical station. His equipment was sensitive. He could hear storms over Canada. At 3:44 a.m., a voice cut through the static. It was speaking in a guttural, rhythmic pattern. Torp assumed it was a fishing vessel. He recorded 3 minutes of it. The tape was sent to the University of Oslo. Linguistics professors listened once, then again. Then they called a specialist from Copenhagen. The language was Proto-Germanic, the root ancestor of English, German, and the Scandinavian tongues. But Proto-Germanic was never written down. It is a reconstructed language, a ghost. And no one had spoken it since the migration period. The signal was triangulated. It came from a valley deep in the interior of Spitsbergen. No settlements, no research outposts. Snowcat teams were dispatched. They found a valley of ice and rock, no tracks, no structures, no evidence of human presence ever. The tape was classified. Torp was reassigned. 30 years later, a retired linguist gave an interview. He said the voice on the tape was not performing a ritual or a speech. It was reciting a genealogy, a family lineage. And the final name on the list ended in a suffix meaning unborn. In 1967, a radio operator.
Democrat Cori Bush tweeted, "This land is stolen land and black people still aren't free." And this was on the 4th of July. Really? Not that I give a shit about the 4th of July. I've never been a raw guy, but I am a perspective guy. And that's what too much of the left has lost. Perspective. 72% of black people under 30 are optimistic about their future in America. Way more than white people the same age. And as far as the land goes, yes, I guess we could change the name of Captain America to Captain Stolen Land. Honestly, to all the people who start every public event now with one of those land acknowledgements where they say, "I'm standing on land that was stolen from the proud indigenous people of the Chumash tribe," I say either give it back or shut the fuck up. Democrat Cori Bush tweeted, "This land is stolen land."
Drinking water before bed improves eyesight almost overnight.
You're not welcome here. This is a safe space. You can't just walk in here with that hat. It triggers people.
Relax. The only thing that should trigger you is the price of eggs under Biden. I'm Donald J. Trump, and this hat, it's not a trigger. It's a victory flag. Tremendous fabric, by the way.
This is a liberal sign-up center. We're signing people up to resist fascism, ban straws, and make sure men can play in women's sports. You can't just waltz in here with that symbol of oppression.
Oppression. I gave you the best Pride Month in White House history. Elton John still texts me.
We need equity and love. It doesn't matter who you love.
Well, I love Jesus.
How dare you?
Calm down, Rainbow. He said, love thy neighbor not love thy neighbor's pronouns and pretend he's a woman.
Wait, what are your pronouns?
My pronouns, I identify as president and winner, also billionaire. But you can call me sir, the guy who's about to make you late for your therapy appointment.
This is violence. You're literally erasing my identity right now.
Darling, the only thing I'm erasing is your student debt when I get back in there. You know how much I love debt? I wrote the book on it, The Art of the Deal, page 47. You people love debt more than I do, and that's saying something.
But climate change. You're a denier.
I had the cleanest air and water in history. Cleaner than Obama, cleaner than Biden, cleaner than your reusable tote bag that's made in China by kids who don't get pronouns. Meanwhile, your side wants to ban cows because they fart. I love cows. They vote Republican. Very loyal.
You can't just say that.
I just did. And you know what else? I gave the LGBTQ community the best economy they've ever had. Jobs up, crime down. Everybody was too busy.
What is he doing?
I believe he means to...
He says that we're an army of men without man parts. He claims you are no woman at all, but a man who hides his in his own.
If I lay here. I can't believe Trump did this.
This is the 1995 story the mainstream networks don't want on your feed today. It was the 50th anniversary of the end of World War II. The greatest generation was ready for one last march through the streets of New York City, but the city had failed them. The Veterans Day parade was broke. It was officially canceled. These heroes were told there was no money left for their honor. But then, a 49-year-old businessman stepped out of the shadows. He didn't just post a message. He wrote a personal check for $200,000 and didn't stop there. He called every wealthy friend he had and raised another $300,000 in just days. $500,000 just to ensure those heroes got their parade. This was 30 years ago, long before the campaigns, long before the politics. So ask yourself, why is this specific moment being erased from the history books today?
Why is nobody talking about this? I can't believe Trump did this.
This is the night.
Don't love Trump. Oh man, no, tell him I'm with you, man. That's pissed.
Donald, I replaced the main office coffee with mushroom extract. Nobody's noticed, except the Secret Service. They can see through walls now.
Bobby, if anyone in this building starts levitating, I'm blaming you personally.
I also put collagen in the water fountain. Everyone's skin is going to look incredible by Friday.
This man is drugging the government and calling it wellness. Very strange. I like it. Maha, baby.
Donald, I replaced the main office coffee with mushroom extract. Nobody's noticed, except the Secret Service. They can see through walls now.
Bobby, if anyone in this building starts levitating, I'm blaming you personally.
I also put collagen in the water fountain. Everyone's skin is going to look incredible by Friday.
This man is drugging the government and calling it wellness.
What if I told you America's status as a superpower depends on just 7 states? Without them, the U.S. wouldn't dominate the world stage. Let's break it down. And wait until you see which state is number one. Texas powers the nation with oil, gas, and some of the largest military bases in the world. It fuels both America's economy and its defense machine. California is more than beaches and movies. It's Silicon Valley, the birthplace of the tech giants that shape the global economy, and Hollywood, which exports American culture everywhere. New York isn't just about skyscrapers. Wall Street runs the world's money flow, making it America's financial heartbeat and a center of global influence. Illinois through Chicago is America's crossroads, a massive transport hub linking the country by air, rail, and highway, keeping goods and people moving coast to coast. Florida is the launch pad to the stars with NASA, a front line for military power in the Atlantic, and a gateway to Latin America, strategically and economically critical. Virginia holds the Pentagon, the CIA, and countless command centers. It's where U.S. military power is planned, coordinated, and projected around the world. And Alaska, often overlooked, but it's America's front line with Russia, a treasure trove of resources, and a strategic anchor in the Arctic. Without Alaska, America's global reach looks very different. So here's my question. If these 7 states hold the keys to America's power, which one do you think the nation could never afford to lose? What if I told you America...
I think you're incredible.
What if I told you America's...
The majority of illegal immigrants that are documented on record, the reason that they are documented as illegal is because they came in on visas that expired.
The girls' basketball is way more violent than men's basketball is, I swear.
What could I do? And I knew there was no help from you. Sound of the
that's not cool.
Ringing in my house. The thunder of guns.
Flip.
Tear me apart.
3-pointer. Yeah, nice.
And remembering that in my childhood, the church that we would go to in Orléans was a Black Madonna church. So it's all tying back, you know, different streams into one point. And I started to feel again that energy that is warm, cozy, velvety, like a blanket, like as if you would be in the warm, you know, of the mother with the ultimate compassion and love.
Anyway.
This is Sweden, and this is Finland.
Uh-oh.
They share a border on land and at sea. And if we...
buddy. Where the hell are we? I don't know. It's been so long since I've been in the room. I forgot where it was at. Ah, there it is. All right.
There you go.
Hey, welcome back to the chat room, people. We got lost there and Neverland clips. Actually, we got more clips than that. We got other stuff we haven't played. And... What do you mean Trump's polls? Trump's... Well, I've seen another poll for the midterms today. So they were at 86% favor to win. Then as of yesterday, they were at 72. Today, they're at 59. Yeah, and as this states are voting to put more districts in, they're saying it may even get lower than that pretty soon. Because most of the blue states have already done all the mandering they can do. The red states haven't yet, so we'll see where it goes. And it's not just that. So our favorite pollster on CNN, he said, I wanted to tell everybody, he said, y'all keep saying we're going to win in a big blue wave. He said, but when the last poll that asked, he said today asked, who do you trust more in Congress, Democrats or Republicans? He said they said Republicans. He said by a pretty good margin, why? By 8 or 9 points.
But did they say why?
Oh, what's going on, man? You're breaking up.
Did they say why they preferred the Republicans?
Wait, why? Wait, what the hell? Hold on, let me move this thing. Say that again.
Did they offer a reason why they preferred Republican over Democrat? What was the
because they're doing a better job. For the same reason they did in the last election, because one, they trust the Republicans more. They think the Republicans are being more honest. And deep down, I think that most people, because the economy was getting so good before Trump went on a war, really deep down feel like once the war is over, the economy is going to return back to where it was and get even better. So I think that's a pull. And no one's really wants to trust the Democrats right now because they haven't shown any real change.
Well, but I mean, also some things are coming down, some things are going up, and some things won't change until the Hormuz conflict is resolved. So, but like I agree with you. Once that resolves, if gas comes down back to $1.89, which is what he's been trying to do for the past 2 years, that's where he was when he left office in his last administration. He was $1.89 on average nationwide. Right now we're at 4. Hey, Google, what's the national gas price average right now today?
The current national average for gasoline is approximately $4.54 per gallon.
4.54. We're approaching $5 still. Well, I think at one point it was 4.89, like last week. So it's fluctuating, but still, it's too high. Once that comes down, power goes down, energy prices go down, everything else goes down. And we just have to wait.
Yeah, well, we'll see. It shouldn't take it long to go down once the straits opened up.
Yeah, he says it would go down stupid fast, you know.
Well, yeah, because it's going to drop that fast. You're going to go from $110 to $80 a barrel, then $70 a barrel, then $60 a barrel. Which puts
how do we get it to what's the barrel price to get it to 189? Like $40? That's $40 a barrel, $30 a barrel. What
for us, when it was $61 a barrel, it was $1.69 down here. That was just recently before we went back to war. So we were already at 169 down here before he went and started the damn fight. And
if we get somewhere between 160 and 150, we have a good.
If y'all ever get to one
average, probably around $2 to $2.15 a gallon nationwide on the most.
If it gets below $2 in Pittsburgh, it'll be below $1 down here.
Yeah.
Well, when during COVID, it actually got to 99 cents a gallon, Jeffrey. Yeah, 99 cents.
We were at 189, but I think, like I said, the national average was around that. I mean, I was definitely 188, 189 right when he left office, and then within 2 months it was double. Within 4 months it was $5.
Well, so in a way, letting the Democrats have the midterm is not that horrible of a thing because it would guarantee a win in 2028. Because when you listen to the Democrats talk, they're only talking about what they were doing that got them thrown out of office the last time. They haven't changed anything, and it's just basically hate Trump. And since Trump lives in most of their heads rent-free and seems to be able to set them off at any given thought, it's just kind of funny.
Yeah, and I brought one of the clips we were playing earlier brought up a pretty good point that everyone seems to think that this is that or more important on the news. I think Trump has occupied the news more than any other issue, including Iran, Israel. Pick a news topic that you've heard of in the last 20 years. I guarantee you, I think Trump has dominated the news services.
Oh, yeah.
For at least the last 16 years, maybe even 20.
Jesse, I've seen so many stories about the Xi Jinping thing. I haven't seen any real negative press in China at all about this, or in Europe for the most part, other than they want to try to hate on Trump. But well, Europeans don't understand when they try to make Trump look weak, it hurts them in Beijing's eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, they're just they have become like little kids. Yeah, that's
I think it's worse than that,
the whole liberal thing has become like that. It's like some kind of disease got up in it and has just like going the disease of stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, when you start thinking about somebody, I mean, come on, AOC is passing up Gavin Newsom and Kamala Harris for presidential candidate.
Mm-hmm.
AOC people. Anybody who would vote for AOC for president should immediately leave our country. I mean, really, you have no business being here. You're anti-American. Because I don't know. I mean, New York's a mess. California's a mess. Florida and Texas is doing good, but that don't mean shit. No, there just needs to be a fundamental change in our country as far as stupidity goes and the toleration of stupidity. Well, I'm all for free speech. Yeah. Well, the problem with what you just said is that, okay, so like on Facebook, if I say something and then the thing comes by and says it's not true, but then later on I prove it true, everybody in between that saw that is affected in a different way. And by the time it's corrected, the amount of people who have seen it's already run its course. So you've lost whatever interactions there, and it's going to be negative for you because it was scored the wrong way. AI is stupid. We bust AI on a regular basis every day, making mistakes. Every day. Half the time, she can't even tell you what United Public Radio is.
Huh.
And she knows it because we talk about it all the time. Twice she told me the president of Galaxy Press was somebody that nobody knew who the hell they were. I was like, okay, are you time traveling or something? Well, no, James. I mean, AI just has issues, and it can be fooled, and it can be confused, and it works better in different places. It's not even consistent. My last couple of road trips showed to me that Alexa and Siri are not consistent. They work better in different places. Like Alexa works way better in LA than it does in Mississippi. Way better. It's connectivity.
Maybe the local servers just have more features.
There's just got to be there's just more services. What it's got to be.
Yeah, there's more computer servers in the area, I would imagine. So there's more things that can access.
But what's scary is the Alexa in the front and the Alexa in the back act differently.
Some of my speakers act because some of mine are generation 1, generation 2. What I think I need to do is just one day go out and buy all generation 2 and start over and reboot each room that has one, put in a new generation 2, and then sell the there's a button underneath of them you can reset them to factory, like erase them back to factory memory, and I can either give them away or sell them.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. So in the back, I think I've got the newest Alexa. In the front, it's probably like Echo Dot 2 or some shit. Maybe a 3, probably a 2 though. No, the one in the back's not even an Echo Dot. It's a big old round sphere. It's like, it's like a softball size thing. No video. No video. No. Mardi Gras. Oh no. There's always been a big argument about where Mardi Gras started. Technically, it started in Mobile, Alabama, because Mobile was around before New Orleans was. It gets a little squirrely, so I stay out of it because I'm from New Orleans, but I live on the Gulf Coast, and Alabama right up the road, like right around the corner. Like, let's go party in the corner, around the corner. Go party in the car around the corner. What astronaut? Oh, no, yeah, in that picture right there. It's the chick in the blue. She's standing right behind me. That's her husband all the way on the outside, the left side of the picture. If you're looking at the picture, he's on the right side. She's the second person from the right. She's an astronaut, yeah. She is from Norway, I believe. First Norwegian astronaut. She is a cinematologist. They said it was easier to train her to be an astronaut than to train an astronaut to do what she does. Yeah, so she was mission commander on the last Dragon mission they were on. Yeah, yeah. She was one of the keynote speakers at the. She wasn't just a keynote. She actually spoke with the winners at Author Services a couple of times. She's a very interesting character. She's fun to listen to. Had some great pictures of space. Stuff you're not going to see on TV. I mean, nothing like with aliens or nothing, but stuff you won't see on TV. Well, because it's just stuff she took herself. She's got a couple pics where she's working on camera stuff and everything's floating around. She's trying to get it because it's floating around and shit. Space does that kind of stuff. No, we're not listening to no Miley. Even though I have nothing against Miley, we're not listening to no Miley. Pete, I did see that. It was a Warthog with 2 engines underneath. It was actually 4 engines. It was 2 on each side underneath. Yeah, it can't be real. It's got to be AI or something. I mean, it would be like a Super Beast or something. Well, I've seen another plane like that, but it wasn't the same thing. Yeah, I don't know. Let me just say I'm skeptical. How's that? Yes, and we're gonna blame it on Jay anyway.
Of course. Hey, did you happen in the intro? Did you also play a video of Trump, baby Trump news, where he recaps his visit to China?
I did the one where he's wearing the blue Chinese outfit.
Like
And
that?
they're talking about Taiwan. Hold on, let me come back.
No, this is just
That's a different one. That's a different one. Yeah.
Okay, so this is like they posted this a day ago. You want to check it out?
Yeah, we'll put it up.
It's
Hold on, let me grab a song to put on after that, and then
It's 2 minutes and 45 seconds. So
go ahead. Well, go ahead. You can post it then, and then while you're doing that, I'll grab a song.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
There's one right there. We already got a song in.
baby
Never
Trump
mind.
news, baby news network. Trump recaps China. Oh, come on.
Konnichiwa, China. Your favorite president
Konnichiwa,
is here
China.
in Beijing,
I know,
or as I
right?
like to call it, the Manhattan
Hey, turn it up.
of Asia. Very similar energy. Lots of buildings.
Let me see on
lots
page
of
here.
traffic.
Oh,
Everybody's
that's
in a
why.
rush. Nobody's smiling.
Let's start it over. Konnichiwa, China.
Konnichiwa, China. Your
On
favorite
what?
president is here in Beijing, or as I like to call it, the Manhattan of Asia. Very similar energy. Lots of buildings, lots of traffic. Everybody's in a rush. Nobody's smiling. Feels like home, honestly. Now, I'm here to see my very good friend, Xi Jinping. Great guy. Very
go grab
powerful,
something to
bit of a
drink.
party pooper. I call him Big X. He doesn't love that too much. I told him one time, I said, gee, you're like the Kung Flu Panda. Didn't even smile, just stared at me. 10 seconds, didn't blink. I thought he was buffering. It was very awkward, but we moved past it, I think. They gave me this outfit, by the way, the robe, the hat, the whole thing. I said, Xi, what is this? He said, it's what the emperors wore. I said, say no more, fits perfectly. Like it was made for me. Probably was. They probably saw me coming and said, this man is clearly royalty, get the dragon robe. Very intuitive people. And the hat, I had them put MAGA on it. They didn't want to, but I insisted. Now it's the greatest hat in Chinese history. 5,000 years of hats, and this one's the best. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Now they tried to feed me real Chinese food. And I got to tell you, nothing like the food at home. At home, you got General Tso's fortune cookies and McDonald's. Frankly, it's delicious. Anyways, they gave me something called a 1,000-year-old egg. 1,000 years. I said, if it's older than my buildings, I'm not putting it in my mouth. Then they offered me tea 17 times. Every 5 minutes, more tea. I said, does anyone in this country have a Diet Coke? They looked at me like I asked for the nuclear codes, which I already have. So I had my people fly one in. Air Force One made a special trip just for the Diet Coke. Totally worth it. Probably cost the taxpayers $4 million. Very refreshing, though. I also asked Xi about the Wuhan situation, very casually, very diplomatically. I said, Xi, but you guys still got that lab? He changed the subject so fast, I got whiplash. Started talking about rare earths. I don't even know what those are. Sounds like a Pokemon, but apparently they're important, and China has all of them. Very unfair, but I'm fixing it. I fix everything. Half the time I'm fixing things that aren't even broken. It's a disease, a beautiful disease. So Shishi China, thank you for the robe. Thank you for the hat. Keep spraying Lysol in Wuhan. We don't want another fake virus. And somebody get me a cheeseburger, arigato, sayonara, and all the other words. Oh, and God bless America.
God bless America. Okay, where's the button that makes this thing play? Dun, 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 dun.
Are we doing karaoke? Are we doing karaoke tonight?
This is 105.5 Niner.
I wish, and now the place I hung out at in Savannah, Georgia, was a place called Jim Collins Bar. There was no kissing, and it was a dusty place. They didn't sell liquor; they sold beer and wine and like wine coolers. And when Jim Collins was alive and he was there, he would cook cheeseburgers, hot dogs, I think hot pretzels, and maybe a few other things like maybe onion rings, tater tots, something like that nature. But when I went there, it was usually just bags of potato chips. But anyway, it was a musical place. Lots of bands hung out there. I actually sat next to Leon Redbone and spoke to him for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours the entire evening. So it was a very unique a place to hang out at. And it's rare to get cool songs like that one we just played. I don't even know the title of it, but every time we played it, I've enjoyed it.
Yes, it's what's that, Jimmy? Oh, I'd have to look at it. No, I know the name of it, but it's just I found
You just had it up. Where is it? It's right. Can we stick it back?
No, it's not up there anymore. There's something else up.
Counting Crows? Was that it?
No,
Mr.
that's something
Jones?
else. No, that's not Mr. Jones.
Okay.
No, it's done going the way of the dodo bird now.
Yeah. Stop sharing.
That's pissing the night away. Huh? It's tub thumping.
So what did you think? What did you, I gotta say of the news coverage pre-post and during the China involvement here with Trump and Xi? I think they were literally, especially the bluer news organizations, so they were literally trying to find something to find negative, and they couldn't.
Oh yeah, they tried to
wrong?
make some shit up. No, there was nothing. They tried to, Trump was.
It seemed like a slow news day, didn't it? Even though he's in China, I mean, it's a historic event.
He said that she said that the United States was a failing nation, and that Trump said, "Yeah, the last 4 years was kind of rough under Joe." But I mean,
what other U.S. president has been to China in this capacity besides Nixon?
Yeah, well, I mean, nobody's been to China in the last 9 years, so
that's my point.
Well, no, Jack.
They
said
like a slow news week because I couldn't find anything to yell at or be negative about.
They said that she said that we were a declining nation, and Trump said that, but what Trump said was well, y'all are forecast to be around 15 trillion. We're forecast to be around 33 trillion.
Well, and also what to clarify what Trump said that President Xi Jinping had said was that he said that we were a weak and declining nation under Joseph Biden.
It's under Trump.
And I guarantee you what he meant by that is Xi Jinping. What he meant by that is that if there had been a second presidential Joe Biden, we'd be at war with China right now.
Yeah, because Joe Biden
and not Iran. Yes, correct.
It's no, Joe Biden was he wasn't ready for a war. The only difference is even though we're using up stuff that because we gave a bunch to the Ukraine, is that
it's old. We need to replace it with the new stuff. Yes,
but what it is what it really shows China is we're willing to blow shit up. Is what it shows. Yeah, if it takes blowing some shit up, we'll blow some shit up.
And if we have Marines on site, they'll not only will they blow it up, they'll be the first ones in and the last ones out. So they'll be there the whole time. Think about that.
Blow some shit up. That's what I say. Well, because there's not even, when you look at the media across and everything right now, it's just not.
I've
much
hung
going
out with
on.
many Marines. One of my good friends from high school became a Marine. He is 100% certifiable. I know. I grew up with the dude. One of the guys I worked with for many years, God rest his soul, George Georgians. George Georgians is visiting us from above right now. He took 3 tours voluntarily in Vietnam, and he was force recon. Man was an absolute psychopath, but one of the most golden persons I'd ever known on earth. He's my father's age, who was born in 1936, and I think he emigrated from, I can't remember which country, but somewhere in the eastern blocks of Western Russia, so far Eastern Europe. And if anyone was going to be in a fight with me, I would want him, and he was my dad's age. That's how crazy Marines are.
Yeah, well, Marines are pretty fucked up.
They are nuts, but they are the most awesomest people that if they're on your side, you'd have no fears.
Did he just? I don't know. There's a lot of weirdness going on right now around the planet. Let's just put it like that. There's just out of sort weirdness might be a better way of saying it, but there's just because it's hard to say. When I watch I got the impression of someone who wants peace. He doesn't want to war with us. He wants Taiwan back, but he wants peace. He would like to stop diverting so much money towards the military and start diverting it back towards other projects. But right now,
like housing and food sources and subsidies for farmers. Isn't China the second largest bread basket in the world for making basic grains and cereals?
I think they import. I think they import it. They might be making it, but I think they import.
Hey Google, who are the top 2 countries that grow grains and cereals in the planet?
Because I didn't think China had that kind of space.
The top 2 countries for grain and cereal production are China, followed by the United States.
There we go.
For production.
They're number 1. I thought they were number 2.
Well, I know that. Well, see, that's weird because one of the things that China was bitching about is something like 48% of their grain comes from the Ukraine, and a bunch of it comes from the United States. So there's no way they can be the number 1 producer.
All right, so let's try to clarify that. So what they're getting from the Ukraine is probably bread grains, but what China produces is probably the most rice grains, which is also part of the grains and cereals. So there's that.
I don't know. China just doesn't have that much. They got a lot of mountainous terrain. They got a lot of
doesn't
hard
do a lot
ground.
of bread anyway. They need flour, but they don't really make a lot of bread. But they do use flour in their cooking.
Yeah, well, they need rice though because they eat a lot of rice.
They do that. I guarantee you that. Hey Google, who are the top 3 countries that produce rice, edible rice for humans?
I wonder how much which one produces.
The top 3 countries for rice production are India, China, and Bangladesh.
India, China, and Bangladesh.
Sense. Yeah, India makes sense.
Yeah.
That's where all rice is getting eaten in them 3 countries.
Well, so let me do this while we're thinking about rice real quick. I'm going to oh, there it is. So if you're going to do rice, the best rice does, I think, come from India, and it is going to have on the bag a silhouette of an elephant or several elephants, like generally 2 or 3 adult elephants, and at least 1 to 2 or more baby elephants. But regardless, however many elephants are on the package, any elephant that's on the rice bag is going to be better than one that says has some other East Asian animal. And that's what I've been told. And so far, every time I've bought rice, if it doesn't have the elephant, it doesn't quite steam right.
Well, we get local rice, so because we have crawfish fields.
Well, if it's got an elephant on the bag, you should buy it.
No, we grow all those crawfish fields we have, they grow rice in.
If it's got crawfish on it, you should buy it.
So they grow Yeah, they grow. So we got all that rice, local rices. And
what kind of rice do you use with the you use the long grain white? Yes,
just regular white long grain rice.
Same stuff. Yeah, the same stuff that what you make.
They got like Mahatma down here. They don't have nothing with elephants on it, but they got it with like the little Indian guy on it. But all the rices we use, even the cheap shit, I've always found.
Well, no, there are some. I think the Chinese brands that have like a macaque or some sort of monkey or ape on it. And then there's another one I think that has.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying for us, that's all they really get. You get the Mahatma long and short grain. You get a couple of off brands, and then you get the local brands, and the local brands are always better anyway. But it doesn't matter. Whatever brand you buy, 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water, 20 minutes, medium heat. Rice is perfect every time. Every time. Every time.
If you're aware of the Dash brand, I have some of
their.
There's also a thing called the Dash brand. If you've heard of them, I have some of their. They have little one-off devices it's like a griddle that you can cook pancakes, or you can cook an egg in like a minute and 10 seconds. It's excellent. But they also have this thing. It's a one serving, 1 cup rice steamer. And I think it's like $29 or $39.99, so it's pretty inexpensive. But also for the same price, I'm going to get another one because I like to have 2 buckets to steam rice, 2 different kinds at a time. But I think it's I can't remember the name. But it was $29.99 at the Bed Bath and Beyond, and it steams I think up to 6 quarts, and it takes 20 minutes to do fill the whole thing up with six cups of rice, and then I think it takes 8 cups of water to steam it into submission. The cool thing about doing beef fried rice usually has cubed carrots and peas in it. So I buy frozen cubed peas and carrots. They come in a bag together. I put 5 cups of rice and 1 cup of peas and carrots in there, and boom, I have the base for steamed rice. Or not steamed rice, but beef fried rice. And
you make things way too complicated. You need to spend some time. I'm going to teach you how Yankees ass how to cook. And you're a Southern boy. You should know better. But I'm going to teach you right, man. You do things the hard way. I love you, so I'm going to teach you. This
is how we made beef fried rice in the restaurant. I worked
with
a guy
things hard way, man.
He was Japanese.
I'm married to a Japanese woman, man. That doesn't got nothing to do with it. No. You do things hard.
Dude, we cheated. This is we worked. It wasn't China. It was a Japanese place called. Anyone who lived in Savannah, Georgia in the 90s, it was called Sakura, Japanese restaurant on River Street. I worked there. This is how we made the fried rice. We would steam 4 cups or 5 cups of rice and 1 cup or 2 cups of frozen peas and carrots.
How'd you mix the egg into the rice? Right. He's already failed.
Oh, on the grill. Well, you have to steam the rice first before you don't dump raw rice on the grill. You have to steam the rice first.
Okay, first off, you see, you already have rice ready to go. So
that's what I'm talking about. That's how we made the rice
already go. You take your squirty bottle. You take your squirty bottle of sesame seed oil and of whatchamacallit,
wok oil. You take 1 tablespoon of wok oil, 1 tablespoon of
what's the other one? What's
stir-fry oil?
What's the brown one?
And
soy sauce.
And 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and 1 tablespoon of.
Oh, he's a
oil.
Yankee, man. He is a Yankee. God, what am I gonna do with you? I'm embarrassed.
Sir, I worked in a Japanese
That is some real girly food, man. They would spit that out there. They'd be like, "What is that?" Flavor to this. They'd be like,
"It was invented here in America by Asian people." But
I know, Jackson. Yeah, what?
This is the recipe I was taught in a Japanese restaurant where we serve sushi and hibachi.
Some doofus ball don't know how to cook rice. I followed. He just figured out. He said, "Oh yeah, I cook rice like this." No, that's how you cook rice.
That's how we did it in the restaurant. It's a Japanese restaurant. I'm not lying. I worked there.
Nobody cooks rice like Cajuns do anyway. So,
it was in Savannah, Georgia, dude.
There ain't no Cajun Savannah. There's a bunch of Yankees up there.
How is
wannabes, man? They wannabes.
why it's wrong for us to have steamed the frozen peas and carrots in with the raw rice. How was that wrong? It saved us a step on the grill.
Why were that already done, man? Why don't you just do that when you were making your rice? Why don't you just toss it in with your rice?
That's what we do. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why
you steam the rice, man. No, you're making it hard. You're making it harder.
What? You have to have steamed rice to make. Listen,
anyway, moving on to the next food topic.
To make
pizza.
beef fried rice. You must have it. To make fried rice.
I'm ready for some pizza. No, we're not eating fried rice pizza. That just sounds fucking nasty. Is what it sounds like.
I did do a bacon fried rice, which was very, very yummy.
What are you talking about? Like a Alfredo chicken pizza? No, don't take this the wrong way. And I don't care what you put on the sauce on a pizza. I mean, I prefer a red sauce, and I don't even like a lot of red sauce. I like a kind of medium, not even medium, maybe light red sauce on a pizza. Because I really like
to give you heartburn, exactly.
Yeah, and I like the ingredients. Don't get me wrong, I want to taste the sauce, but I want to also taste the ingredients. And I like to put my pizzas in the oven and then then let them broil for at least 2 minutes on top, because I like the pepperoni have a little crisp to it, a little crunch to the edges of the pepperoni.
Yeah,
personal preference.
The pepperoni should be almost like bacon, kind of curled up on the edges. Yes. The only drawback to this sometimes is that also creates like a crater that collects oil that usually
it does do that.
Pepperoni that's been cooked as it goes under the oven. Yes,
spills out all over your pizza,
or down your neck and burns the living shit out of you.
any of the above. I like a good pepperoni pizza. Well, I don't need pepperoni to be super thick. It doesn't be. If it's too thin, it just melts in your mouth, so you don't taste it anyway.
And if it's too thick, it doesn't cook right, and it doesn't taste. It tastes more like
it does taste funny. It just.
I don't know what Arturo's, my pizza joint down the road, does, but they do seasoned ground beef. I don't know how or what they're seasoning it with, but my God, it's not just like raw hamburger. In some places, their raw hamburger is like a frozen little baby meatball. It's like the size of your pinky nail. Yeah. This is like actual ground beef. It's not frozen. They take a pound or 3 pounds or however many pounds they make for to make pizzas for the day or week or whatever, and then they season it and cook it in a frying pan. It's delicious. They make the best cheeseburger pizza I've ever created.
Well, I've seen other places do that. They'll take a pound or 2 or 3 of ground meat and they'll just season it up and fry it and put it in a thing. And they just scoop it out and sprinkle it on the pizza. It's not in any made form or anything. It's just ground meat.
No, but the beauty is you can let it cool down to room temperature, and then you can, as a topping, put on the pizza. And when it goes back through the oven, it is reheated.
Yeah. They sometimes they, depending on where it is, sometimes they'll sprinkle it on hot coming out. It just depends.
Yes, that's true too. Yeah, depending on
it just
we run out.
Yeah.
86 the ground beef. We need to make more.
Pepperoni's good on everything, dude, except for ham and Swiss.
Yeah, pepperoni is a good sandwich by itself. Sometimes you can put it between 2 slices of bologna. I think Joe will agree with that. That's a good one. Salami, same thing. Between 2 slices of bologna, that's a good one.
I've actually eaten a piece of salami between 2 pieces of fried tomato. It's actually quite good. Well,
I've had 2 slices of bologna and a brown mustard with the salami and or pepperoni between the bologna. That's a very good sandwich. We just talked about.
I've had that with Spam.
I've had across the street, my favorite convenience store has a Spam dog. I tried it. I was underwhelmed.
Spam's either horrible or horrible. So
it's Spam shaped like a hot dog, cooked like a hot dog. It was, in my opinion, undercooked and underwhelmingly. Yeah. The hot dog they sell it for $1.89, which is $1 cheaper, is actually better.
Well, I like most of the convenience stores now down here use 100% beef hot dogs. So when I see them, I just grab them, throw them in the microwave, give them an extra minute. That way, I know the bitches are cooked till they split, and then I'll eat them.
Ours doesn't have a microwave, but I can order them from the app and then go across the street and they're already paid for. I just grab the bag and come back, or I can stand there in the store for 7 to 10 minutes while they cook it.
Yeah, because
They do notoriously make their tacos like refrigerator cold. They're not always very good.
Jackie, look, hot dogs can come a lot of ways, man. I prefer hot dogs fried, but that's me personally. A lot of people like them boiled. A lot of people like them steamed.
Yep, there are those are the three ways. Some like hot dog buns, either lightly toasted on the grill or steamed.
I like them both. I can eat them toasted or steamed.
Same here, yes, or raw out of the yes.
Oh yeah, I can do. Especially if I'm piling on something hot on top of them.
Well, the good thing about the Redskin Stadium, when we had the guys that walked around with big like metal boxes that were hot boxes with hot dogs in tinfoil roll-ups, like tinfoil hot bags, and they were like, I don't know. I remember they started at probably 75 cents when I was a kid, and they're probably $20 now. But for 75 cents or $1, you pass the money down the end of the road, and then the guy would throw the hot dog at you. And then they only ever had mustard packets, but the steam from the hot dog and the bun were both steamed, and then they sat in this tinfoil thing while the guy walked around the stadium, and they steamed even longer. So they were, I don't know how else to describe a stadium dog, but they're 1,000 times better than a hot dog your mom makes on the grill or in the oven. Period.
As long as it's not them through.
I'm sorry. There's just something about the hot dog that they sold in the Redskin Stadium back in the 70s and 80s. And when I was a kid growing up and going to our season ticket games, those hot dogs.
Said, as long as it wasn't them nasty.
They were SK all beef, bun length hot dogs.
Yeah, because they had those ones. Those red hot dogs. Them things were nasty, man. Talk about give you indigestion.
Yeah, they have like the red. They pop when you first kick because they have the wrapper on them. The actual like the sausage skin.
Nasty people. Nasty.
It's like the Nathan's originals are like that. They pop because they're kosher. They have a kosher sausage intestine wrap on
them. No, we'll throw hot dogs on a barbecue pit, or we'll split them and throw them in a frying pan. It just depends. Barbecue pit's great. I mean, just throw them out on a pit. And you don't even have to put no sauce on them if you don't want. Throw some chili on top of them, a little cheese.
Oh God! Now, okay, chili dog. Yes or no? Let me just. Okay, you keep talking food. I'm going to do a widget here.
He's getting somebody to let him loose with the thing. No, for me, a regular Coney chili cheese dog is chili cheese and onions on a foot long. Yeah, I would prefer the hot dog to be fried, but it don't have to be. It can be steamed. And if you're gonna steam the hot dog, I want the bun steamed too, because then it's nice and soft. Well, actually, I learned to eat steamed buns from eating at White Castle mini burgers, because they were always steamed buns. Yeah, the original slider, Jeffrey. Yeah, that's what they were. The original slider. That's what Castle Burgers or Crystal Burgers were.
I love Crystal Burgers.
Yeah, but they're steamed. The bun is steamed. Basically, they're cooked that way. They're steamed. That is, and then you just munch them up. Oh, I could eat a dozen of them fucking things like they're nothing. Oh yeah, I used to pick up a dozen on the way home. Eat them. I'd eat half of them before I got to the house. Well, down here, you have to ask for cheese, but they usually come hamburger, mustard, some onions, and a pickle. That's usually how they come on a steamed soft bun. Already just a pop in your mouth and go num 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 num.
Okay, here's the poll. Let me put it over here under me. Chili dog toppings besides raw onions, chili, and shredded cheese, which are I think the three top you must have for a chili dog. Besides that, ketchup only, yes. Mustard only, yes. Ketchup and mustard, or no ketchup and mustard. And
that's fair. Ketchup and mustard. I don't need that.
Go ahead and start voting if you want to.
I can do a little bit of mustard, especially if it's a little brown mustard. But yeah. I like to take some chili and put it on the bun. I might put a little drizzle of mustard in there, and then some chili, a little layer of onions, and then I put the hot dog on it. Well, I put some cheese in it, then I put the hot dog on it with some more chili, and then some more stuff, and then some cheese and some more chili and some onions, and then I'll munch that bitch down. Yeah, and then I'll be complaining all afternoon because I got heartburn. Good chili dog. It's hard to find these days. Well, we have chili po' boy hot dog, hot dog po' boys. Yeah, you can get those too. That's ridiculous. That's like four hot dogs on one piece of bread. Yeah, 4 foot long, piled with all kind of other crap. Sure to give you a heart attack. What are you talking about? Oh, you mean fudge? So, fantasy fudge is easy to make.
Fantasy fudge? How about hash fudge? Yummy, yummy.
No, I mean, fantasy fudge is so easy and it's so good. I mean, it's basically 14 ounces of whatever kind of chips you want to use, a 5-ounce can of condensed milk or evaporated milk, 1 jar of marshmallow cream, 3 cups of sugar, and a tablespoon of vanilla. That's the whole thing. That's the whole recipe. It's how simple it is. And all you do in the beginning is you put the sugar, the milk, and the butter together, and you bring it to a boil until it gets to 260 degrees. Then you add in the chips, then you add in the marshmallow, then you add in the vanilla, and you keep stirring it until it's ready to pour in a pan and let it harden. It's easy. It takes about 10 minutes to make. You're constantly stirring, but and just don't let the sugar burn when you're heating the sugar up to make the candy. But it's good, and you can use whatever kind of chip you want. I mean, if you like peanut butter, you can use that. If you like some other kind of weird flavor, if you like butterscotch, you can use that. You can use vanilla. I like that white. They got a white vanilla that's really good. You can use a dark chocolate. You can use a milk chocolate. You can mix them together if you want to. Yeah. Good stuff. And it's easy. Oh, don't get me wrong, you can fuck it up, but I'm not gonna say it's fuck up proof, but it's hard to fuck it up. Yeah. You want to get it so it's not grainy or nothing. You want that nice smooth texture on your mouth when you're eating it. The flavor is going to be good no matter what. I mean, you got marshmallow cream in it and whatever brand of chip you're using. Those two alone, plus butter. I mean, come on.
I've been dying. My favorite chip in the 70s was plain, and it sounds stupid, but it's Doritos, plain, salt and pepper. That's all they were. It's just salt and pepper.
I wasn't telling me those kind of chips.
And they were yellow corn. They were yummy, and I loved them. And then they got rid of them, and then they turned them into Tostitos, and then they're round. Or if you want to, after they were round for first for a while, and then they came out with Tostitos. Either Fajita style, and then before that was restaurant style, where they were triangular, but they're always very thin. The Vegeta style were a little bigger, a little thicker, but still, I want Doritos salt and pepper back. They were just the best potato chip ever on the planet for everything.
We were talking about chocolate chips, right? And vanilla chips and caramel chips and stuff like that. Slapping. I know even Karis. But he's smoking that weed, ain't he? Yes,
what chips? So what? They have something in common,
Doritos, you just had to throw the chips in there. We know how you are, man. Don't even try.
They are chips.
Oh man, he's something else.
I can't help you triggered a goddamn taste memory. That's your fault.
What's up, Denise? Actually, I prefer them. Actually, if that kind of chip, like what he's talking about, I like a little lighter, something a little airy, a little lighter, nice crispiness to it, but not too hard. It can be triangle shaped. I mean, it can be round shaped. I don't really fucking care what it's shaped like, as long as it's got a nice salty, crispy, not too hard. I don't want to be chomping for 10 minutes when I stick it in the avocado or whatever dip I'm dipping into. I make a mean peanut butter fudge, man. Ooh. yeah.
I have never
man.
attempted or made fudge. I do want to try. I got online. I saw it's a ceramic quart bread maker, sourdough bread maker, and I would want to sourdough is one of my favorite types of bread. I'm not really a bread guy, you know.
I'll teach you how to make fudge. Your old lady
I've always
proposed to you.
enjoyed sourdough, but we never made it, and I would like to learn how to make it, you know. So like I got these purple, like, you know, 2 different size 5-quart, 7-quart sourdough makers on Amazon. I want to check out and, like, you know, learn how to make it for myself. That's how good and yummy it is.
One of our ex-directors likes to make sourdough bread. Chirish does. I seen her the other day making so. It's
Oh, really?
dude. I'll teach you how to make vanilla fudge that your old lady will be asking you to marry her the next day.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want that. No, don't tell me that, please.
I didn't hear that, people. Ladies, you did not hear that. Close your ears. You did not hear that.
Thank you, but no, pass. But here, let me share this with you real quick. This is it. This is what I want to get. There it is. It comes in my favorite color, purple. It comes in other colors too, but it's down
What are
below.
we supposed to do with this queer thing?
So it's the
queer.
Vorgard. I don't know. It's an enameled cast iron sourdough bread oven. It also can be used as 2 different separate things to cook. Yeah, but this is what I wanted. I want to learn how to make sourdough bread in this damn thing. That's what I want to do.
That just
It can
looks
also be used as
queer, man. Go get you a fucking bread maker. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
But it can also be used as a
Somebody
meatloaf pan. I
slap
don't have a
Jay.
meatloaf pan. Look at it. Look. 7 quarts.
Sean's the closest to him. Someone call Sean up. Sitting down there, slap him.
Why? What's wrong with this?
It's
I'm trying to write a cookbook, and into my cookbook, I'm going to do a meatloaf. There's meatloaf. And I want to do some breads, and it's a bread pan, and it's for homemade bread baking, and loaf and Dutch ovens, and so it's a multiple use kitchen device. It's not just for bread. So, and then, but the other thing is, it also comes in.
just because it's 2 pieces and it's purple.
For a penny
Man,
more,
get the
listen,
fuck out of here.
Look, for a penny more, it comes in a smaller size.
Oh my god.
Yeah, really. Look, so this is the 5-quart size. It's $59.99 right there. It says so. $59.99. Go over to the 7-quart. Click on it. Boom. Watch. The bigger one is 1 penny less. Go figure. But still, for $110, I have a bread baking meatloaf casserole making devices. Things I can test out for my book that I'd like to do for a food porn segment way in the future when I finish the book. You know?
Take the credit card away from him, people. Somebody get the credit card. Time to tell you, it's intervention time, people. Where's Sean at? It's time for intervention. Making what? What are you talking about? Baking bacon. Baking.
Eventually, at some point, people, the grid may actually collapse, and there may not at some point be anything but places where you need to use a Dutch oven under cold fire or charcoal fire or wood fire. Think about that.
Oh,
learn how to cook the old-fashioned way first, man.
I have a Dutch oven, so I know how to cook with them, but I just don't use them. I got 2 of them.
I've never really experimented with them, but I also would like to experiment with like a wood-fired thing to like make pizza, wood-fired pizza. So I wouldn't mind
building my own little wood fire oven. I watched the guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have an outdoor space where I wouldn't mind putting an outdoor wood-fired pizza oven. I make pizza outside. I could actually learn how to like throw the pizza. I go to get a part-time job at Arturo's, learn how to throw pies up in the air, and then, I don't know if it's a good idea if I drop it on the outside of my patio and keep on throwing it and then grill it, but you get the idea.
You ain't gonna do all that throwing. You just roll it out the old-fashioned way. It's not that hard. When I was a kid, we owned a place called Seabo's Pizzeria. It's people back then when you played pinball, if you won, it gave you a quarter back. It gave you a free game, but it gave you a quarter too. Yeah. You played for money, man. First, I was like, man, I hit something that racked up like $5. And I was like, wow,
Well,
like $5,
and in
like
some
50
places
bucks
like Chuck E.
today.
Cheese's and other arcades, you would play for tickets. The machine would you usually would have to get tokens. You change $1 for 5 tokens. So it was like better than quarters. So you get 5 tokens that were worthless outside the arcade, but each game spat out so many tickets as you won and got higher scores. And then you would take those tickets. X tickets was a whistle. So many tickets was, bubble gum or a lollipop.
Man, I want the cash. That was happy.
It wasn't like that because then it would become gambling.
Yes, I'm saying where we were, it was like that.
And that was candy, and sometimes you can use it for a slice of pizza.
Matter of fact, Louisiana didn't change that law about those kind of machines paying money until somebody opened an arcade up.
No, we had putt, and the machines spat out tickets, and so did Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, you see those all over the place.
You could go to the counter and take like 20 tickets and get a free slice of pizza.
Yeah, I mean those kind of places were all over. They had the ones with the skeet ball and all that shit. They would just
exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Same as getting real money, man. It's not the same thing.
Because it qualifies as gambling. You can't do that for children.
That's what I said. It didn't change until it went into the till they got arcades. Once they had arcades, they had to change the rules. But before that, it was in restaurants and bars and stuff, so nobody cared. Mm-hmm. And kids were allowed to go in restaurants and bars down here back in the day. So you could take your kid in the club with you, into the bar with you, or the restaurant with you.
Yeah, well, my father frequently took us to. There were 2 bars in the Rockville Potomac area. One, I don't remember which one was which, but one was the Happy Pickle, and one was the Purple Pickle, and one was in Rockville, and one was in Potomac. Both were dive bars. The one in Potomac, for example, the exterior was purple. The interior, I believe, was red, which is strange. But then on the bar, there was a big, like, it wasn't a mason jar, but just a gallon-sized jar with red vinegar juice and deviled eggs in it, hard-boiled eggs. And then another jar had pickled pig's feet in it. And then every like 2 or 3 bar spaces was 2 cups or little basically like ashtrays filled with one with peanuts. I don't remember what the other thing was. And all of that was free. It might have been pretzel sticks. But my dad frequently took me there, and I drank Shirley Temples, thinking I was getting drunk with everybody else, but I wasn't. I found out with horror years later. You mean I wasn't drinking beer with you?
No, you weren't there, kid. I tell you now.
No, it was the sugar that you thought you were getting a buzz from, kid.
All right.
Damn it.
Who sent me this? Kamala Harris floats expanding Supreme Court, abolishing Electoral College, and adding D.C. statehood and brainstorm and wrath of Republicans. So Democrats, don't take this the wrong way, but it looks to me the only way you can win is to cheat, because everything she's mentioning here is cheating.
Shouldn't the seat of government be seated on land that isn't technically belonging to one state or another? Kind of like the Vatican, right?
And DC doesn't need to be a state, because then they want to make Puerto Rico a state.
They already have 3 reps in the Senate, I believe. Two in the House and 1 in the Senate. Yes, something to that effect.
Oh, I don't know how that works.
Hey, Google, how many people are representing the District of Columbia in the Senate and the House of Representatives?
The District of Columbia has no voting representation in the U.S. Senate or the House of Representatives.
It's not a state. You can't have anybody in there, because senators are only or 2 per state, and there's only 50 senators.
Oh, it has electoral. I'm sorry. Yeah, it has electoral votes. Hey, Google, how many electoral college votes does DC command?
I think it has 3. Oh,
the District of Columbia has 3 electoral votes.
Damn it.
Yeah, well, we just had an election, man. It's
well,
and I don't even think it should have that.
Yes.
I don't. I mean, it's not a state. It's not anything. It's just an area. Throw those in with Virginia, where it doesn't matter. Throw it in with some other blue state where it doesn't matter, Maryland or somewhere. Where it doesn't matter. Carrie. Oh, you know, it's funny you said that. I just watched that last night. That was Running Man. What's he say? Who do you love, or who loves you, or his name's Gideon. Oh man, anyway,
Killian.
Yeah,
Damon Killian.
Yeah,
Who loves you and who do you love? Yeah,
that's him. Yeah, I just
We don't
seen that
lie.
last night. I seen it, and I seen Get Your Ass to Mars one. Must have been an
Total
Arnold
Recall.
night or something. Yeah. Well, no, I woke up to Terminator 2 was on. I was like, okay, yeah, we're definitely Arnolding out here. I don't know where I was. I think it was on Paramount, actually. Well, I wanted to watch some Doctor Who, but there's not much of it out there to watch. I mean, you can watch the old stuff, but you can't really watch anything from, 23 upward. It's just not available. Yeah, it's just not available. It's not even available to pay for it. That's Disney for you. Disney would fuck up a wet dream.
Yeah.
Well, they fucked up Snow White pretty bad. Whoever wrote me that stupid shit. Yeah, that they fucked up. And that stupid actress was even worse. Well, because it goes back to the same thing. You're letting kids run around saying stupid shit. That's why it's called Young and Dumb. Because they're young and dumb. Too many hormones.
Very true.
running around.
It's an unfortunate thing, but very true.
I don't know. They killed Iran. I mean, Israel killed some more Hamas people today. There was a rumor that came out in one of the other Arab countries. I can't remember if it was Saudi or Arab Emirates, but that they're pretty sure the second Ayatollah or the third Ayatollah is dead, that he died from his injuries. But they don't want to say anything. And then somebody else came out and said they really just don't think there's any functional government inside of Iran. I don't know. I don't know how you go in and you do that. I don't know, James. I don't know how you do that. We'll have to find out. Kara Winston Smith, and where the hell are you?
Yeah, look at our banner up there, our AI.
What?
You talk to text on this one. United Public Radio and UFO Paramolalo Radio.
How did it fuck that up?
I don't know. Kira noticed it. But thank you.
That ain't good. That could be.
I don't know if that's talk to text or what, but UFO Paramolal.
Ooh, I hope that's not in this thing
Radio.
right here. That could be a thing that fucked up all over.
What kind of unfortunate mishap happened there?
No, this is it. This is spelled right. Paranormal Radio Network. I wonder how that got like that.
Look on the background where it says the chat, where the insane come for real news, good food, and great chat. United Public Radio and UFO Paramolal.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to say. This is a copy and paste. I'm trying to figure out how paranormal is spelled wrong because I'm looking at the source of the copy and paste and it's not spelled wrong. That's what's weirding me out.
Do not know, dude. This is your doing.
Yeah,
and look at
well.
the guy's face. It's a microphone.
I know you've seen that, huh?
His head is a microphone.
It's well, no, Chris, it's a cool background, but you can't have it if the paranormal spelled wrong.
Paranormal. Yeah, we have to get rid of it.
Kara probably put some voodoo shit on it or something. Oh yeah, you mean Michelle?
Ketchup and mustard wins the poll. I cheated. Sorry.
Michelle's
6-1
to New York. She said, "Yeah, she's gonna go work for Mayor Zombie."
The Mamdani zombie.
Yeah.
Some Donnie
Michelle
Mumdani.
said she's always wanted to work for an Arab. And I said, well, he's not an
He's
Arab.
an
He's a
idiot.
Muslim. Same difference.
He's already run out of money. He's just completely spent the
Well,
entire city's
now
coffers. Now he's asking
he's-
for Hochul for relief and
He's
help.
borrowing $12 billion from the state now.
Yeah.
And one day they might pay the state back.
When?
Hey, but now he's got his $12 billion, so he'll look good. I said, well,
What's he going to do with it? He's going to. I mean, they gave. How much do they give Newscomb for that stupid magnetic rail that he floundered on?
I think this is different. Though. I think
was it
he's
50 million to begin with, and then he borrowed another 150 on top of it.
No, on this, I think this is different. I think this is bills that have to be paid money.
Well, so he pissed away their budget to have to borrow the budget from the state's emergency funds. Where did he get? How did he
he
get
didn't do this. I actually, and I hate to defend what's his face, but this mess was left to him. This is an inherited mess he's got here. This deficit he's got is from the administration before him. So maybe he can straighten it out. Maybe he'd be the next communist president. Can't be a president.
Well, I mean, then in that, I think in that case, what happens is what I'm seeing is on this end is a right leaning attack on him to make it sound like something else that was going on that it wasn't. So that's one thing that I guess the right leaning news media was saying about him that wasn't necessarily true. But I still don't like him. I still think he's a scumbag.
Yeah, I do too. I think he's a scumbag bastard. Well, no, because he's got bad ideas, and the money's not going to be enough to save him. Because
No, he
Jay's got
wants.
a point.
He wants
He's gonna
what's his
spend it
idea
on
for the
stuff.
bus? Like 5? Did he say 5 million, or is it 5 billion to make a free bus system for the whole city?
Oh, I don't know, but I can't even see how you can do free buses for the whole city. Somebody got to pay for the gas.
It'll turn into a disgusting homeless wreck of a nightmare, especially if the city is 24/7. If those buses run 24/7 on the non-peak hours, deep early morning and late night, those buses are going to be absolute pigsties.
Yeah, people be falling asleep on them, taking naps,
Right.
using them for their little homeless shelter. Sleeping on a bus sucks, John. I've slept on a bus before. It sucks. Yeah.
Especially the type of seats that will be on a public transport. Now, a Greyhound that goes long distance, different seats, but in a city bus, they're usually like hard plastic. You know why?
Yeah,
They don't
usually
want you sitting there for like the whole damn train, unless you absolutely have to get to the other side of the city.
In New Orleans, Jack, you can take the trolleys in New Orleans too. They've got cushion seats inside, but a lot of trolleys don't have air conditioning. They may have added them recent years, but they used to not have air conditioning.
Most of them are open. Yeah,
The
most of them are
buses
open
do.
to the air. Even the trolleys that they had in DC, they were the same thing. They were run by electric wires overhead, and they were open to the air. And they ran. I don't know if they ran during rain, but they ran no matter what the weather was like. I think.
Yeah,
I don't know how well they ran.
They ran during the rain. The rain don't seem to slow them down any. It's
Well, if it made the connection weak, which shouldn't because it's water, but if it made the poles tight and then pulled the wire away from the trolley, it might run intermittently in places.
Nah, well, I don't think they got to worry about that down here. These trolleys been riding in the rain for a couple hundred years now.
I don't know. I've never been on a trolley. I mean, we had a museum in DC called the Car Barn, which is where all the trolleys would go at night at the end of their shift for maintenance and to be stored overnight when they weren't being used. DC wasn't, and I don't think it still is. There's parts of it that I think are 24/7, but it never really was like a New York kind of thing, or Baltimore for that matter. Baltimore, I think, is 24/7.
Jesse, the trolleys don't turn around. So when you get to the end of a trail, the guy turns this little
conductor.
key. He pulls down
he
the thing on
walks.
top. He turns this little key, and then it releases the thing on the top, and he pulls it down and he locks it in place. That's the thing that makes a power connection.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then he turns the other thing that flips the little thing that tells you where you're at. It changes it, and it changes the thing that says where the driver is. Then he walks up, takes that key out, and he walks up front and he plugs that key in the front and turns
To the
it
other
and
side.
releases it. Goes outside, makes sure everything's hooked up, and then gets in it and turns the little thing and goes. They
You
don't
go
take
back,
nothing
now you're
out
going
of it.
backwards, forwards, or
Yeah.
forwards, backwards.
Yeah,
The same way
so-
you came in the other direction, same car.
Yeah, so if you were riding that car in headed that way, you were at the back of the car. Now you.
And that's
at the
kind of how
front of the car.
subways work. That's how the DC subway still works. It's like the color. They have a purple line, red line, and so it goes from one end to the other, and it sort of intersects with other colored lines on the train, and that's where you can get off and get on. You go from purple to red or yellow, whatever. But essentially, you can get on it and go all the way to the end, and then come back and go all the way to the other end, all in one colored train.
They still have buses down here, Jesse. Yeah, they got buses.
Buses essentially do the same idea. They go to one end of the route to turn around, and they go back up the same way. And when that driver shift is off, their last time they turn off and go straight from the end of their shift to the depot.
Yep.
Turn their bus in and go home.
No, we got to go, Bonnie Boo. Bonnie Lou.
Yeah, I
Bonnie
got to go
Boo.
to work in the morning too.
Yeah, so do I. I got to go to work in the morning too.
Oh, I thought you retired.
Well, I am retired, but I got stuff I got to do for the station, so it still work.
Oh.
Somebody said the other day, so you count doing the show work? I said it is work. I'm not sleeping or laying on my couch getting fat. I said, so I'm working. Oh, that's my Lola. I mean, that's my Fiona girl. Oh, yeah, girl. Kept me up all night, choked me last night. Anyway, guys and girls, we got to get out of here. For everybody who watches on YouTube, I don't know how many of those clips will still be in there. They'll still be there on Rumble and everywhere else. But YouTube may make me delete some of them out because YouTube is funny like that.
Yeah.
Facebook may do the same thing. No, I'm not against YouTube doing it. I mean, if that's against their rules, that's against their rules. Nah, I don't fight with YouTube anymore. Seems like a waste of time. And they seem to have really relaxed somewhat on the way they do things again now. They've kind of got away from that crazy uptight stuff they were doing in the early 2000s and stuff and doing COVID. Yeah, so I'm not all upset with them anymore.
Video nuts of their own videos, it seems sometimes. It's weird why they would flag us for something that they share for free on their network, but
who is that?
It is what it is.
Who sent me this? Oh wait, how do I, Harry? I'll post. Just give me a second.
What you got?
Somebody wanted to make a point about gerrymandering. Hold on. Let's see. Screen share. Is that it? There we go. Okay.
It's up.
There we go. Okay, so Maine, Massachusetts, 36% Republican, 0 seats. Connecticut, 42%, 0 seats. Damn, look at this. See, none of this should be legal. At 38%, you should have seats. In the 40s, you should definitely have half the seats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that might be a little bit wrong right there. Well, no, that's what they said in the beginning, that the Democrats had started this originally. Not us, because we don't care that much.
Yeah, and I don't know why Virginia was trying to even gerrymander their state to make it, because the reason is because it's unfair. Their state right now is 6 districts are Democratic and 5 districts are Republican. That's like you can't get any down the middle split than that in an odd numbered amount of districts.
It's yeah, I know that's, but they were trying and then they found out they couldn't. Yeah, TDS is out of control in this country. Let's close that out of
Well,
here.
the one they wanted to redistrict it to would have been 1 Republican district and the rest Democratic. How is that fair?
Well, that's the point. It's not, but that's what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then now the Supreme Court says you can't base them on race anymore. All this is going to get broke up. A lot of them up north is going to get challenged.
Yeah,
because a lot of the ones up north are based on race. So those are going to get challenged in court, and of course they're going to lose because right now I don't care what happens in midterm. When it comes 2028, Marco Rubio, unless something major changes, is going to be your next president. Because they're not fielding anybody in the Democrats that is worth a shit. Who Hakeem Jeffries?
What is Crybaby Jeffries up to?
He's just being a crybaby, but
No.
he's still mad now. He's hiding now because he got the Supreme Court slapped him down.
He's not even from Virginia, though, is he?
I don't think so. No, it doesn't matter.
Hey, Google, what state is Hakeem Jeffries representing?
New York.
Hakeem Jeffries represents New York's 8th congressional
Yeah,
district.
okay. Why he gives a shit what happened in Virginia is beyond me. It's not his state. It seems to be Bernie Sanders is the same way. I talked about this the other night, or on the other show, last night. He seems to really rally more for shit going on in other states that aren't his state to rally for. So what is he doing for his state? If he's not rallying for his state, what's he doing? What is his problem?
Oh, now Stephen Greer's hanging out with Godsmack. Oh, come on, give me a break.
Oh, jeez. Anything to sell a buck for his whack job theories.
So wait, here. Oh wait, okay. How far can humans smell a scent?
I think 5 feet's a little small. It should be a little bit bigger than that.
You think it should be more than 5 feet? Look at cats are 650 feet.
Yeah, I think it should be more than 5 feet for humans, unless you have a nasal problem.
Yeah. So
Or
we'll
a
give
budgie
it.
problem.
We'll give it 10 feet. I'll give it 100 feet because I've smelled fire in the woods before. So.
Wolf and dog, 2 miles ish.
Ooh, look at that.
What about
Elephant,
vultures?
12 miles.
Vulture's like 27 miles or something like that. Hey, Google, which species on planet Earth has the longest scent distance?
The male silk moth can detect pheromones from a female more than 7 miles away, making it the species with the longest scent tracking distance.
Huh.
Well, bears got 19 miles. They got that beat.
Hey, Google, which species can smell the longest distance? Let's try it that way.
While male silk moths track pheromones over 7 miles, polar bears have been known to trek up to 100 miles following a scent.
Wow. 100 miles.
Yeah, so.
I would have thought it would have been vulture or a predatory bird.
No, they hunt by sight more than they do by smell.
Well, not vultures though. They do by smell. That's why their noses are bigger. Their eyes are much smaller than their predatory cousins, the hawks and the eagles. And
but they still see pretty damn good. That's why
yes,
you
they
see 'em up
can,
there
but they
flying
smell
and
better
stuff.
than they can. They smell better than they can. They look
Yeah, but
scarier than they are.
Yeah, they are ugly looking. But on a windy day, they ain't smelling shit. They ain't seeing it.
That's why they have to. Yeah, they have to be upwind, unless the wind is pointing towards them. Yes, then
Well, a lot of times they're going to be above the wind. Is what the problem is going to be. They're gonna
right.
be
That's we
higher.
have to be upwind of whatever. Right. Exactly.
So the stink might be right below.
It's like one of the guys who testified on the Warren Commission. You don't smell gunpowder unless you are
1,600
upwind of
feet
it.
for a deer is pretty good. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's a long. Well, I mean, but again, if you're upwind of it, they can't smell
Hey,
you.
it's what's her face from Stargate.
Yeah,
Oh, that's her kid. Who the hell is that?
I don't know.
Looks like her
I know she
kid.
had some children.
I mean, that looks like her kid. Look at that.
Yeah, it sure does. Same nose, same smile.
I didn't know she had kid. Of course, I never really been that into her, so I don't know. But
She was I liked the show. She was a very good actress. She was cool. I liked her.
0 emails. Yeah. What do you want? I hear you down there. We're getting ready to get off air. New York battle plans drafted for Iran. Oh, new battle plans drafted for Iran. Oh, what the hell?
Military targets are on the table. That includes infrastructure. The president's still reportedly considering a special operations raid to pull out the nuclear dust
At 8 o'clock.
and possibly a ground assault on Karg Island.
We hit Karg Island, everything but the oil. We left that one little thing and say, stay 50 yards away. And I said to General Raisin Kane, I said, General, how long will it take? He said 4 or 5 minutes. I said, no, seriously, how long? I figured he'd say a day or 2 days, a week. He said, no, only 4 or 5 minutes. They wiped out the whole island, except they left the nozzle. You know, that's where the oil comes out, just in case.
The United States has used the ceasefire to rearm our warships and attack planes. We have more than 50,000 troops, 2 aircraft carriers, dozens of destroyers, and scores of warplanes on standby. This includes
Ah,
5,000
woman,
Marines and
whatchamacallit's going
2,000
home.
paratroopers from the 82nd.
After her long
Bridge and Power
deployment.
Plant
Just send
Day
it
could be next week.
Did you underestimate the pain tolerance that Iran has?
I didn't
for this?
underestimate anything. We hit them unbelievably hard. Look,
Wait, go back.
we left their bridges. We left their electricity capacity. We can knock that
Maybe
all
on
out in
bridge.
2 days. 2 days, everything.
Even with all the firepower back home, the press still thinks we're losing.
You should be ashamed of yourself. I actually think it's treason. When you write like they're doing well militarily and they have no Navy, no Air Force, no anti-anything. By the way, we knocked out 85% of their manufacturing for missiles. I had a total military victory. But the fake news, guys like you, write incorrectly. You're a fake guy. And guys like you, I actually think it's sort of treasonous what you write. But you and the New York Times and CNN, I would say,
Oh God, no.
You better not be hanging out with Fallon, Travolta. That'll be your career.
It is.
That'd be the end of your career.
Keep your politics to yourself if you want your Hollywood career to
This
continue.
crazy cracker right here, man.
Who's that?
The red hat on. He's a local cook guy. He owns. He does a lot of seafood and crawfish. He used to be a state trooper.
Oh.
And so as a state trooper, he got his ass in trouble with over something. And he went through all this, and then they tried blackball him, and they gave him a year of this and a year of that. And then finally, 2 years down the line, they admitted they were wrong and reinstated everything, gave back to him, and then he quit and went and started his
Restaurant. They
well,
probably
he's not
sued
a
the shit
restaurant.
out
He
of him
does- he
too, I would
ships-
think.
He ships crawfish all over the fucking place.
Did he sue the shit out of him too? I would.
I think he did. But now he just goes around, cooks at different places, and he ships seafood all over the place. And
So what's he doing on this thing?
he's at a location probably.
What's the name of it? Steel Tracker what?
It's actually it's a salty cracker Cajun forever or something like that. Salt cracker or some shit like that. Something cracker. No, there's New Orleans. Okay, hey Katie.
But you shouldn't film an ad in front of a trailer and say, I live
That's
in
what
here.
you're
and
taking.
then-
If that's the road you let your city burn down while you're in Africa. Jessica, she was in Africa when the city burned down.
Oh, poor Jessica, you're in trouble. Crows, Cardinal, Blue Jays, Raven, Hooded Crow, American Crow, Owl, and Rook Crow. So we got him living here, we got him living here, we got him living here, and we got him living here, we got him living
Yep. We got all those.
Spain getting a message loud and clear this week because take a look right off its coast, right near, Gibraltar is actually owned by the
Oh, look, this is us
Spain getting a
scrolling.
message loud and clear
That's
this
us.
week because
Yeah.
I think And I'm Telling You is the best song for me because it shows my vocal ability the best.
One of the biggest songs in the world.
Yeah.
And you want to take that one on? Let's do it.
Watch the full video in the comments.
I think And I'm Telling
Well,
You
if
is
I
the
can
best
hear
song.
it, I'm scrolling along.
Yeah, whatever. Hate those kind of clickbaits.
Ouch. Uh-oh.
That's cool. Yeah, I saw those guys, the Battlestar Galactica dudes.
They're out there
Very
flying.
cool. Full size. They don't really fly, but they're full size.
Oh, well, they're not doing to if they don't fly.
They're like the ones. They're like the ones that are used on the set. That's all.
There he is. There's a salty cracker guy again. Look at he's fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the baby.
Wow.
Oh, damn, the canopy collapsed.
Oh. Ooh, crunch. Snappity.
That's
Was
the
that
Beau
Dubai?
Rivage Casino. I don't know who this ugly bastard is.
Oh, that's what's his face, an actor. He's a bleeding
Not
heart.
sure
Like
who
one of them.
all those are. Where all these people come
There is a very big story behind the president's May 14th post. This is what he said. When President Xi very elegantly referred to the United States as perhaps being a declining nation, He was referring to the tremendous damage we suffered during the 4 years of Sleepy Joe Biden and the Biden administration. And on that score, he was 100% correct. 2 years ago, we were, in fact, a nation in decline. On that, I fully agree with President Xi. But now the United States is the hottest nation anywhere in the world. Now, the president did that post in the wake of Xi Jinping's comments about the so-called Thucydides trap. Here's what she said at the state banquet. Currently, transformation not seen in a century is accelerating across the globe, and the international situation is fluid and turbulent. The world has come to a new crossroads. Can China and the United States overcome the Thucydides trap and create a new paradigm of major country relations? So suddenly the Thucydides trap was trending on Google search, and people were being told that it is a fact of history that one empire declines and another rises, and then conflict is inevitable. The media was all over it. China is rising, the US is declining, Trump got nothing on his visit. The headlines portrayed Trump in the US as the losers, like these. Trump's China trip underscores how power has shifted east. Or, did she tell Trump the US is in decline? Donald Trump had already blown up that narrative before he even got to China. First, as Trump's post affirms, the United States is most definitely no longer in decline. And even more important, the president is creating a world in which sovereign nations can progress together without imperial manipulation or conflict. I'm Susan Kokinda. Not only have I studied how the British Empire has manipulated the
We're glad for you, Susan.
Anyway, I got to bail because I got to get going to work.
Yes, you got to get to work, and I got to get out of here.
I got to get to sleep rather, and then go to work. Rather, I'm not going to work now.
Get some sleep. I'll talk to you later. Let me wrap this up. All right, guys,
I'll
we're
talk to you
going to
later.
get out of here. I'm going to go get some food. Jay's going to go get some rest. He's, when you're 100, you got to sleep sometimes, man. It happens. It's called rest. But anyway, on that note, we're going to get out of here. I want to thank everyone for tuning into the chat in United Public Radio. I hope you enjoyed the show. Of course, any moans, groans, bitches, complaints, or anything else for that matter, you can write to Michelle DeRoche. If you want to send me money, that's fine. Or you want to send the network money, that's fine too. It is a donation funded and run and operated network that way. So, but anyway, on that note, again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in to United Public Radio, the chat, myself, and we will see you. I'll see you Wednesday. Good night, everybody.